from Hollywood, it's time now for... Johnny Dollar.
You smell smoke, Johnny?
What'd you say? Who is that?
This is Henry Willoughby at Fourth State Mutual Insurance Company.
Oh, hi, Hank.
And I asked if you smell smoke.
Should I? What kind?
The kind $5,000 makes when it goes up in flames.
Where?
Over in Cranford, the Peerless Junkyard.
Junkyard?
That's right.
But if there's only a $5,000 loss, how can you afford me?
Because what I smell is arson.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Fourth State Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Peerless Fire matter. Expense account item one, $1 even, cab to Hank Willoughby's office in the Security National Building, where he lost no time in getting to the point.
Policy was taken out by one Oscar H. Lehman about 4 years ago. He's the owner of the junkyard. Address of the yard is corner of Howard and Kingsway Boulevard.
And why do you suspect arson, Hank?
That fire didn't start until about 4 o'clock this morning. When I got here to the office a few minutes after 9, the claim was already on my desk.
Almost as though he'd had it filled out and waiting even before the fire occurred, huh?
Precisely.
How much do you know about this man, Lehman?
Well, nothing really outside of the data on the policy. His home address is 232 East 4th Street.
Also in Cranford.
Yeah.
Okay, Hank. I'll see what I can see. Item 2, 40 cents phone call to make sure the suspect, or at this point, I guess I'd better call him the client, to make sure he'd be around for questioning.
Here speaks Oscar Lehman.
Mr. Lehman, this is Johnny Dollar representing your insurance company.
So why do you waste time at the telephone? Or then maybe you're coming here with my check for $5,000 right away, huh?
Well, you see, there are a couple of things that...
So, all right, I'll be waiting for you when you come with the money. Goodbye.
Huh? Item 3, $1.20 for a train ticket to Cranford. Item 4, $2 for an old rattletrap taxi when I got there. Cranford is a new town, or rather a new one built on what was left of the old. When the big clock company folded up at the end of World War II, Cranford kind of fell to pieces. But situated as it was, just a few miles above the busy city of New Haven, a bunch of smart New York operators had stepped in and were busy making a nice modern residential community out of it. New stores, new homes, and all the fixings.
You see there in the block up there ahead?
Huh?
You had a big fire there this AM, big junkyard.
Yeah, I see.
Man, it was really hot. Thought it was going to take the 3 houses there on Howard Street along with it. You know, flying embers and the heat and all. But the wind swung round. They didn't even get touched.
Yeah, well, pull up, will you? I want to look it over.
Okay, mister, you're the boss. Hey, you want me to keep the meter running?
No, I'll leave you here.
Okay. That's 85 cents. But it would have been $1.50 to where you first wanted to go.
Okay. Hey,
Hey, thanks. Boy, how I hate to see that junkyard gone.
Oh? Why?
Oh, well, that's where I've been buying my parts to keep this old crate tied together.
You know something? It looks it.
Now that Peerless is gone, I'll probably either have to get a new cab or either try and fix this one up right, you know, and that costs dough.
Yeah, well, happy fixing.
Yeah, like I say, though, out of something bad always comes something good.
Sure.
And I not only mean my taxi, mister, but them houses there, too.
Well, what about that?
Oh, they're on Howard Street. They've been beefing their heads off ever since the yard got its license. So now, no more junkyard. Now the whole place could be residential like it ought to. So like I always say, out of something bad always
something
comes...
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I got to get going.
Hey, you know something? Maybe that fire gives me a good idea. Like, maybe I should burn up this old wreck of mine, and the insurance company would have to give me a new one. Hey, how about that?
Maybe you'd better be careful who you say that to.
Oh, sure.
Especially not to an insurance investigator
Yeah,
like
well,
me.
don't you worry, bud. I'm too smart. You? You?
That's right. Oh, happy day. In spite of the valiant efforts of Fire Chief Dale Marley and his crew, the Peerless Junkyard was just that, junk. And he agreed with the cab driver. The other property owners were probably glad to see the eyesore go up in flames.
Well, you wouldn't like it either, Dollar, having a place like that in your front yard. And just take a look at those folks standing around. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, I must admit they don't look very unhappy about it. So the fire started in the shed that stood right here, huh?
That's right, yeah. The big shed that Peerless used to store a lot of old furniture and stuff like that. Hey, Peters, hit that corner over there with some more foam.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, a fellow runs a grocery store on the caddy corner. He sleeps upstairs over it. Said it woke him up. Went off with a boom, like a small explosion.
Have you considered the possibility of arson, Chief?
Yeah, I have. That's why I called New Haven and asked them to send up a couple of men from their special squad.
But you found no trace.
Nothing I could put my finger on. You got any ideas?
Yeah? Yeah, I think maybe I have. I learned a long time ago that a lumber yard or a furniture factory were about the worst places in the world to look for signs of arson. The wood goes up so hot and so fast. And the remains of this shed wouldn't be much better. So I walked over to the little grocery store and spent item 5, 21 cents, for a loaf of white bread. Then I rejoined Chief Marley at the ruins of the shed.
The arson experts can come up from it. Hey, what's the matter, Dollar? You get to eat breakfast?
Oh, something like that. Hey, you want a chunk?
Not without strawberry jam and a cup of coffee. Hey, Herb, take it easy over there.
Hey.
Stomping around like that, you wipe out all the clues. Now, like I told you, Dollar, the fire started somewhere right around here.
Uh-huh.
And the quick shift in the wind moved it over that way.
Uh-huh. Chief.
Yeah.
Here, chew a piece of this fresh bread.
What?
That's right, chew it. Get the taste of it in your mouth.
What for?
Just do it, will you please? Here.
Well, you got an idea, son?
You bet I have. Here.
You mean chewing on a hunk of bread is going to what?
Now swallow it.
What is this, a gag or something?
No, not by a long shot. Now watch.
Well, don't throw it away. Now you got my appetite up. I'll have some more.
Here now. Chew on this piece.
What? After you dropped it in the ashes?
That's right. Chew on it.
Oh, now,
Go
wait.
ahead, do it. I'm serious.
Holy kerosene.
That's right.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Yeah. Fresh bread will pick up even the slightest trace.
Even after the fire?
Even after a fire. That means kerosene was brought in and poured over the floor of this furniture shed to set it off.
And, Dollar, I'm going to get in the police and have them lock up old Oscar Lehman so
No,
fast.
no, wait.
What for?
Until I can talk to Lehman.
Well, now, look.
You look. This isn't any absolute proof of arson.
Well, it's good enough for me. It's good enough for a suspicion charge. I'll tell the police what I found out.
Who found out?
Well,
What I found out. Now, don't forget that. But if it puts us on the trail of an arsonist, if you like, you can take the credit for it. Only if you'll cooperate.
Yeah, but Dollar...
Otherwise, you'll lose any cooperation from me. Okay?
Okay.
Item 680 cents cab to the address on East 4th Street where Oscar Lehman lived. Like the Howard Street address, this was a has-been section. Lehman's home reminded me of some of those on the other side of the town, next to the junkyard. When the old character let me in, I wasted no time in getting to the point.
You ask why I should be staying here in my home instead of at the yard? And I'm asking you why not? What good can I do over there? My lovely junkyard is gone. There's nothing I can do. So I'm waiting here to collect the money your company owes me. So are you going to pay me or not?
Well, now, that depends. As I started to say...
I
Mr.
tell
Lehman,
you, I didn't even know about the fire till I went down there to open up the gate and start the day.
What time did you go down there, Mr. Lehman?
11 o'clock, like always.
Well, you sure didn't waste any time getting your claim into the office in Hartford, did you?
Of course not. So soon as I see what happened, I sign up the claim and take it to Hartford. And the office is closed, so I leave it under the door.
Yeah, well...
What else could I do? Sit around and wait to think about it while the money's coming to me? It's my money, so I should have it. You know how much merchandise I have in that yard? $25,000. Retail?
Yeah. Then why'd you burn it up?
You think I'm crazy I should do such a thing? Don't you understand now I'm out of business, for God?
Oh, what do you mean?
My license for the yard on condition, you know.
A conditional license?
Yeah, that's right. If I'm not in business, every day I lose the license. I lose the lease on the land. Then they make houses, little stores. It's a big development company. So you're crazy to come and talk to me, tell me I should set fire.
Maybe I've suddenly changed my mind, Mr. Lehman. Maybe I've already met the arsonist.
Huh?
And I was just too blind to see him.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Peerless Fire Matter.
Something the cab driver had said while taking me to the scene of the junkyard fire had suddenly come back to me. He'd been talking about the nearby property owners, homeowners.
They've been beefing their head off ever since the yard got its license. So now, no more junkyard. Now the whole place can be residential like it oughta. Yeah, like I always say, out of something bad always comes something good.
Item 785 cents, another taxi back to the scene of the fire. The men from the department were still busy cleaning up. Their chief, Dale Miley, had been busy with some detective work. Had some answers that seemed to make good sense.
Now, look here, Dolly. You see this hardware? See this groove in the foundation wall?
Yeah. Big sliding door, huh?
That's right. And here, the lock was still in a hasp.
Yeah, I see.
It's hardly likely somebody tried to pull a big sliding door closed and lock it after starting a fire with kerosene. It's too dangerous.
Unless he used a wick of some kind.
Yeah, but look here. On the side that faced Howard Street.
Street? I just call this an alley.
Yeah, pretty narrow from the old days. Now, look here.
Well, it's window glass.
Right. Yeah, there was a window here. You see, here's the two parts of the catch from it. The catch was open.
Yeah, but the question is, was it open from the inside or outside?
And I think I've got the answer. Look across the street.
So?
Those homes and the little lawns and gardens in front of them.
So what?
Well, you see the rocks they all use to border their flower beds?
Go on, Chief.
Now, look here. Just inside the shed where the window was, I found this rock under the ashes. And, Dollar, it looks to me like somebody threw that rock through the glass, opened the catch, climbed in, spread the kerosene, climbed out, tossed in a light of some kind, and left in a hurry.
Yeah, but who?
That's just it. You got a better idea than old man Lehman? You talk to him.
Yeah, I think I have.
Like who?
I'll let you know when I find out the name.
Well, now, wait a minute, Dollar.
I hope that last crack would keep Chief Marley from sending the police after Oscar Lehman. Maybe he was guilty of firing his own junkyard. But with only $5,000 insurance, it didn't make sense. And I had a couple of better ideas. At least about people who might have had reason to do it. 3, as a matter of fact. 4, there were 3 residences on Howard Street facing what remained of the junkyard. Thanks to the sudden shift of wind, they'd received little damage. I walked down the short length of Howard Street to the first old house. The name Howard McNeil was on the little metal mailbox.
Yes, well, what is it?
Mr. McNeil, I'm Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator, looking into this junkyard fire.
This is a fine time to come around selling insurance after the fire's out. You should know better, young fellow.
No, you misunderstood me. I'm
Why,
not selling.
do you know what would have happened if that wind hadn't changed? It would have set this whole block on fire. That's what it would have done. It would have burned us all out. We'd have been helpless.
Yes, Mr. McNeil.
Especially that poor widow lady, Miss Cummings, down there in the third house right across from the shed where the whole thing started.
Mr. McNeil,
Yes?
I'm not here to sell insurance. I'm investigating the fire, understand?
Well, don't.
What's that?
You can stop right now. Just leave things as they be. Don't you know that fire was a blessing?
I'm not quite sure
I said blessing. That fire was the finest thing that's happened around here in years.
Oh, you like its having happened, huh?
Just bet I do. The only way we could ever get rid of that awful pile of junk right in our front yards. Now, maybe they'll give us back our nice little park that used to sit there.
Or build a lot of track houses.
Yeah, all right. What did they do? Anything is better than that wretched junkyard. I've hated it. Everybody's hated it. I hated it.
Enough to set it on fire?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Oh, no. Me?
Well?
Mr. Dollar. A quiet, peace-loving person like me? Oh, no. I wouldn't even think of such a thing. Especially since that fire might have got out of control and burned me out.
Well, you carry insurance, of course.
I do not. I don't believe in it. No, so don't you try to tell me anything.
I told you I'm an investigator.
Well, why don't you ask that Nazi if he had insurance?
Nazi?
Yes, that Oscar Lehmann that owned that dirty junkyard.
Why do you call him that?
Well, he's a German, isn't he?
Well, that doesn't make him a Nazi.
Well, it does to me. Anybody who'd wrangle a license to put up a filthy place like that on our beautiful street, especially if he's a German, well, to me, he's a Nazi of the worst kind, the very worst kind. Thinks he's a ladies' man, too.
All right, now, have you any idea who, besides you, would have liked to see that place burned out?
I certainly have.
Oh.
Why don't you ask the police? They were here at dawn asking us all questions.
You said asking us all.
Of course, I mentioned the widow Cummings that lives in the third house, and then there's Miss Gertrude Mary Anastasia Conroy, the nice spinster lady who lives next door, and it's a very charming lady, Miss Conroy.
Yeah, well, now would you mind?
Oh, and what spirit she has. Now, that's the way I like them, Mr. Dollar. Ladies with spirit. And do you know something? One of these days, I'm going to ask her for a date in spite of the competition.
You never have?
No, sir. No. I'm not the bold type like some people I know, but I've been working up to it.
And how long have you been a neighbor?
16 years, and you mark my word, one of these days I'm going to march right up on her front porch, and Miss Conroy, I'm going to say...
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Mr. McNeil.
Yes, but I was going to tell you, but... oh, dear, I must have said something wrong.
And what the devil is it you'd be wanting?
Miss Conroy?
That's right. And don't you see the sign beside the door? No peddlers, no solicitations. So be gone with you. I'm busy cleaning the smoke out of my house for that awful fire this morning.
Well, that's what I'm calling about, ma'am, that fire. I'm an insurance investigator.
Investigator, huh?
Oh, now, just a...
If you're an investigator, young man, let me see your badge.
Badge?
That's right. If you're an investigator, you're a detective. And if you're one of them, you're with the police force.
No,
And if you are, you can go right back and tell your chief I've had me filled right up to here with answering full questions about that fire. As if I myself did it, huh?
Well, did you?
For years now, I've connived and connipted how to get that terrible, dirty, filthy junkyard out of this neighborhood. And now, poor soul, he's lost it. Oh, I could cry my eyes out.
You what?
Oh, such a lovely old man he is when I finally met him, that dear Mr. Lehman.
Oh?
Oh, the horrible things that Hitler done to him before he escaped them Nazis that took over his fine old country. And when he got here, he put all his savings in that lovely second-hand lot.
Lovely.
So he could earn an honest living.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Such a fine man. Such a gentleman. The way he'd click his heels and bow when he come and call in on Sunday afternoon. Oh, he was such a gentleman.
Wait a minute, Miss Conroy. I don't get it. A couple of minutes ago, you sounded as though you hated that junkyard.
Second-hand lot.
Oh.
And so I did. Until I got to know that nice Mr. Lehman. And I'll tell you this. In spite and despite of the fact they won't ever let him set up in the same kind of business again. If it takes every cent I own, I'll see that he gets started in something else.
Well, I'll be...
Investigator, huh?
Insurance investigator.
And then I suppose I can tell you confidential that I've set me cap for dear Oscar.
You mean you hope to marry him?
Aye. And that I will before I'm through.
But I got the impression that your neighbor, Mr. McNeil...
Oh, that's crazy old sticking him at that old coot, huh? But if you're from the insurance company, how can I help you, lad, with your investigation thing?
Well, you can't tell me this. Was your friend, Mr. Lehman, in need of money, particularly?
Well, no. His business has been good. He drives a nice car and keeps a nice home. But like I said, if he needs more than he's got to get started again, I'll be the first to help him. Besides, it will sort of help to bring us closer together if I'm worrying about him a bit. No, won't it?
Yes, I guess it will. I just want to make sure.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah?
It's so blind I was thinking of me darling Oscar. So that's what you were up to with your nasty questions.
What?
Implicating that he might have burned up his place by his own self to get the insurance money. Is that what your evil, filthy mind was thinking of?
I didn't say that.
But that's what you meant, now, ain't it?
No, after all, somebody set that fire. And if he was in need of money...
And just because I told the poor soul to get his claim in real quick this morning...
You told him?
Of course I did. Give him something to do besides standing around in the ruins, crying his poor old eyes out, keeping his sorrows to himself. But I'll soon put a stop to that. I'll cook him up a real nice mess of corned beef and cabbage, German style, that is, and take it over for his supper to comfort and keep him company. And what will you be doing for the poor soul?
Well, that depends.
Oh, it depends, does it? Well, you and that insurance company better pay up what you owe him instead of making snide talk about maybe he himself set that fire in his... Oh, get out. Go on, get out. Why should I be wasting my time talking to the likes of you when I've got cooking to do for me?
Oh, brother. This was turning out to be the most offbeat insurance matter I ever handled. Well, there was only one suspect left. The woman living in the third house opposite the shed where the fire had started. The widow Cummings, McNeil had called her. I went up on the porch, rang the doorbell. And again. After the third time, I was about to decide no one was home when the door slowly opened. And just inside the door, in a wheelchair, sat a little old lady, pale, gray-haired. Her face reflected years of pain, of worry.
I've been waiting for you to come, Mr. Dollar.
So you know who I am.
I overheard you at my window when you talked to Mr. McNeil and Miss Conroy. Listening to the neighborhood is the only thing I have left these days, tied down as I am to this wheelchair.
Yes, I see. I'm sorry.
Come in and sit down, please.
Thanks. There's, no one to take care of you here?
Only Rudolph, who does as little as he dares. And you must take him away, Mr. Dollar.
Rudolph?
My stepson, who keeps me here, waits for me to die.
What?
Not even a rest home where I'd have care and friends, but here to die. He'd help me die, too, if he dared, because of the money.
What money, Mrs. Cummings?
That my husband left me. A lot, Mr. Dollar.
And this Rudolph wants to get his hands on it?
That's all he wants. That's why he wants me dead. But he hasn't dared kill me, because everybody knows that we're alone here together. And if I should die from his neglect, they'd know he did it. But he's smart. That's why he thought of the fire.
He what?
He thought that it would burn down this house, too, and trap me here.
Mrs. Cummings, do you know what you're saying?
The divine providence. The changing wind kept the fire away.
He set that fire to burn this house and you?
He's clever. He made it known that he'd be away all night, that he wouldn't be back here until he finished his work at the plant in New Haven. But he came back, Mr. Dollar. This morning, before dawn, I heard him here in this house. And from this window, I could see him in the moonlight.
Mrs. Cummings.
No, I must tell you. Quickly, because he'll be coming back from work. His work. To keep up appearances, to keep them from suspecting. His gambling. The terrible people he goes out with at night. Gangsters, that's all. And I must tell you, because if I don't... Listen to me.
I'm listening.
I saw him take a can, the kerosene we keep in the cellar for when the electricity goes out. He took it across the street. He broke the window of the shed and went in. Then he came out. He threw a piece of burning waste back in. Then ran.
Mrs. Cummings, are you sure?
I lied to the police. I couldn't make myself tell them. After all these years of knowing what he's been and saying nothing. Well, I thought I'd wait for him. Maybe when he saw his evil plan had failed, that I was still here. Maybe I could make him give himself up. But in my heart, I knew he wouldn't. Because he's bad. All bad.
Mrs. Cummings, I'm glad you told me.
God forgive me. But I knew that if I didn't, he'd find some other way to... You must take him away, Mr. Dollar. Before he does murder.
Expense account item 8, $10, board and room. I've stayed an extra day in Cranford to clear things up. For while I waited for Rudolph to return, I found the kerosene can he'd used down in the cellar. Chief Marley found the top from it in the ashes. The police have since found only his prints on it. Rudolph is in the city jail. And I'm sure Mrs. Cummings will testify against him. After all, her life is at stake. Hospital layman, his claim will be paid in full. Well, I hope he and Miss Conroy live happily ever after. Expense account total, including incidentals on the way back to Hartford, $14.46. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Paul Kendrick, Johnny, over at Eastern Allied Casualty, remember?
Oh, sure, Paul. How are you? Seen any good fights lately? Prize fights, that is?
Yeah, the championship bout at the stadium over in Mulville last week. Were you there?
No, I had to miss it. But it didn't miss me.
Huh?
The minute Georgie hit the canvas in that fourth round, it cost me $50.
Johnny, do you remember Al Coronado?
Are you kidding? I've watched that boy come up from the Golden Gloves.
Well, he fought in one of the preliminary bouts.
I know. I lost on him, too. $20.
Come on over, will you? And I'll tell you why the company may lose $50,000 on him.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Allied Casualty Insurance Company, 422 Spidal Building, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Squared Circle matter. Expense account item 1, $1.10, cab from my apartment to the offices of Eastern Allied. When I got upstairs into his personal cubicle, I found Paul Kendrick pacing the floor.
Sit down, Johnny. Have a drink if you want one.
No, thanks. Hey, looks like you're the one who could use a drink. What are you worried about? Don't tell me you've been hitting the company till for big money to bet on the fights.
Johnny, I'm worried about murder. Listen.
I'm all ears.
How long since you've seen Al Coronado fight?
Oh, 6 months, a year, maybe.
But before that, when he was working all the local arenas, you and I were present every time he put on the gloves.
So?
We knew him when he had reflexes quick enough to... Well, do you remember how he'd show off by picking a fly or mosquito out of the air, grabbing it between his fingers without even hurting it?
Yeah, sure. He was no mental giant, not by a long shot, but he had the fastest eyes and hands I ever saw in a man.
Right. But something has happened to him, something very wrong. And I think I know what it is. Listen.
I'm listening.
A few years ago, his manager, Ricky Malone, took out a $50,000 policy on him. Annuity.
So what? A lot of managers take out policies on their boys.
And then get him killed? Look, Al is fighting again tomorrow night in a small town outside of Joplin.
Joplin? Missouri?
A little place just across the state line. Johnny, I want you to be there.
You mean as a sort of bodyguard?
I want you to see the fight, that's all. See Al Coronado fight.
Yeah, but this murder crack...
I'm having a copy of the policy made, and you can pick it up at the Joplin post office. General delivery.
Now, Paul...
I know. I may be all wrong. This may only be a hunch, without a single legitimate reason for suspicion. That's why I took a whole week to think it over before calling him. That's why I want somebody who knows Al as well as you and I do to... Look, will you go down there and see him?
Well,
We'll pay the freight. Pad your expense account, anything you like.
Oh, now that's an attractive
But do
offer.
it, Johnny. Will you?
Item 2, another $1.10 back to my apartment to pack. Item 3, $124 even. Plane fare and incidentals to Joplin. By your leave, Paul, the incidentals included a new sports shirt loud enough to startle the whole state of Arizona, an extra pack of razor blades, and a new toothbrush. Also, item 4, $3, flowers for the stewardess, who managed to find me an extra bottle of champagne. I arrived at Joplin shortly before noon, and after checking into a hotel, found that by some miracle, a copy of Al's policy was waiting for me at the post office. A quick glance at it brings up item 5, $4.25 phone call.
What do you mean, holding out on you?
I thought you said Ricky Malone took out the policy.
He did, and pays all the premiums.
But the beneficiary named is Frankie Fortina. Now, who's he?
I don't know yet.
Well, his address is in New York City. You better look him up, will you?
I've been trying to. But the last time Fortina was at the address on the policy, it was a racetrack bookie joint.
Oh, so that's why you're worried.
That's one reason.
Well, if you learn anything about him, let me know, will you? I'm staying at the Beverly Arms.
Okay, Johnny. Johnny.
Yeah?
Call me again, will you? After the fight tonight?
Sure. I was tired, so I had a big lunch. That's item 6. Went up to my room and slept. I overslept. It was nearly 9 o'clock when I woke up, so I grabbed a cab. That's item 7, and went out to the arena in the nearby town of Mount Elba. For $5, item 8, I managed to get a seat at ringside in time to catch the end of the last preliminary.
The winner in 1 minute, 10
The program
seconds
told me
of the third
Al was
round,
scheduled for the main event against some local boy named Rafe Cummings. I never heard of him, and I doubt if anybody outside of Tucson ever had. I understood why when he stepped into the ring. This kid looked like the rankest kind of amateur. Strong, sure, and in good condition, but clumsy. He almost tripped over his own size 15 feet. And it was no act to fool an opponent either. Al, when he came in, looked as good as ever. He gave me a quick glance of recognition, though I'm sure he knew nothing about me except possibly my name. At the opening bell, he came out fast. All the old speed and timing were there. Faint weave and flick out that light but punishing left. Same old pattern, same old... Oh, wait a minute. Those quick left jabs were only landing about 1 and 4. As though he touched Cummings only when the clumsy ox happened to walk into him. But because of his speed, Al took nothing but a few light ones on the body. He kept his face well out of reach. Oh, yeah, his timing was perfect, but his aim was terrible. Every time he shot out his fist, he was 3-4 inches wide. Then a funny thing happened. At the end of the round, when Al went back to his corner, and remember, Rafe had only tapped him a few times on the body. When he went back to his corner and started to sit down, he almost missed the stool. Would have if one of the seconds hadn't aimed it under him. Funny. The second round got underway the same as the first. Al was all speed, dodging, weaving, keeping his face out of the way. But again, he wasn't hitting his mark. And then it happened. He missed Cummings wide, then practically ran into his glove, catching it hard in the cheek, and down he went. Why, there wasn't enough steam behind Cummings' glove to hurt him. But Al took the count. He'd been hurt by that tap on the face. Then another thing. The second he was counted out, his handlers practically hauled him out of the ring and back to his dressing room. And believe me, Al looked terrible. His eyes had a strange, almost far-away look. As though that little smack had knocked his brains loose. My seat was on the far side of the ring, but I elbowed my way through the crowd and back to the row of dressing rooms in a hallway built onto one end of the building. Al Coronado.
I told you on the way up the aisle, Doc.
Huh?
We don't need you. The boy's all right. Go on, Doc. Beat it. You hear me, Doc?
Listen, this is Johnny Dollar.
Huh?
Old fan of Al's from Hartford. I want to see him.
Some other time.
No, now, right away. Come on, open up.
I said some other time. Don't you understand? We're pulling out of this, Berg, and we ain't got time to stand around and talk.
Now, look, buddy.
Malone's the name. I'm Al's manager, see? And when I say get out, I mean vamoose.
Al, are you okay, boy? This is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, no, you don't.
Brother, that's where you're wrong. Hey, Al. Al. Good Lord, Al, what's the matter with you?
Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Al, look at me. No, I mean straight at me. Here. Al.
I'm all right, Johnny.
You're in bad shape. You should never have fought tonight.
Oh, that's all right.
Where are your seconds, your trainer?
Ricky, he don't let nobody in after fight.
Look, Al, can you get up off that table, stand up and walk?
Oh, sure, Johnny.
Then come on, I'm taking you out of here to
no,
a doctor.
Johnny.
Easy, Al.
No, look behind
Al,
you. Rick,
please,
he's
come on.
up, he's got it. You bet I am, Dollar.
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Squared Circle Matter.
When I came to, the dressing room was dark and quiet. After carefully falling off the table where they'd left me, I groped my way to the light switch, stumbling incidentally over the remains of the chair Ricky Malone had used on me. It was well after midnight, so I left by the dressing room window. The second I reached my hotel room, I put through a long-distance call, hoping Paul Kendrick would be in bed. He was.
Yeah. Hello?
Johnny Dollar. And, Paul, you're right. It'll be murder unless I can stop it.
Hmm?
Hey, you awake?
Oh, you mean Al Coronado? What's happened, Johnny?
Plenty. And listen, that boy is more than punch-drunk. He's had a brain injury of some kind. I'll bet on it.
That's what I was afraid of.
The tap on the face that knocked him out tonight wasn't enough to hurt a kitten. But a good solid blow would probably kill him. That's why he kept protecting his face.
But Ricky Malone is making him keep on?
Oh, else. I just met the gentleman, by the way.
Well, what'd he say? Did you question him?
Before I could, he cracked me over the head with a chair.
Where is he now?
Oh, I don't know.
What are you going to do?
See if the police can track them down. Malone said something about leaving town right away.
Keep after him. Did you read that policy carefully?
You kidding? I haven't had time.
It's an annuity.
That much I saw.
Beginning in 3 or 4 years, it'll pay Al a nice little income for the rest of his life, if he survives.
But the beneficiary named.
Yes, Frankie Fortina, who gets the full face value of the policy if Al dies. Johnny.
Yeah?
I got a rundown on Fortina.
You said he was a bookie at one time.
That was the least of his crimes. He has a record as long as your arm. As I see it, he owns Al Coronado.
Then you're probably thinking what I am.
But Al hasn't been doing so well lately. He's taken a big drop in class. Isn't making the purses he used to.
You know that?
Yes. The ANBA keeps a complete record.
So with this injury to his brain, the only way Fortina can clean up on him is by seeing him dead.
That's right.
Well, what about medical examinations before these fights?
Ricky Malone could bribe his own mother, especially in some of the towns where Al has been fighting lately.
That's possible, of course.
Also, what you and I believe is wrong with Al is one of the hardest things in the world to detect.
Yeah, I must admit he looked great when he entered the ring. Okay, Paul, one thing's in our favor. Neither Al nor Ricky Malone knows who I am, outside of being a fight fan.
Just so Fortina doesn't learn different.
Where is Fortina, by the way?
I don't know. So, Johnny, whatever you do, be careful.
Expense account item 9370 for a couple of phone calls, some breakfast, and a taxi to police headquarters. I'll say this for the Joplin police. When they go into action, they really get things done. Within less than 2 hours, Sergeant Danny Ruskin dug up all the information I wanted.
Well, that ties in with what Conroy found out at the airport. Now, that does it, Herm. Thanks very much.
Something?
And I think it gives us the whole story, Johnny. Al and his manager, Ricky Malone, checked out of their hotel, the Rayberry, at 1 o'clock this morning.
Just the two of them?
Right. There was no third party by the name of Fortina or anything else, just the two of them. They caught the 140 plane for Oklahoma City.
Oh?
And there they bought tickets routing them to Monterrey, Mexico.
Mexico? How soon can I get a plane?
You going down there, huh?
I told you, I gotta save that guy's life.
All right, look, in Monterrey, look up Sergeant Romelia Garcia, Main Homicide Division. You mention my name, he'll give you anything you want.
Good. Now, what about that plane? The deal on plane connections turned out to be bad. The best time I could make was by way of El Paso. That's item 10, $127, including incidentals. I finally pulled into Monterey shortly after 8 p.m. I parked my bag at the airport, taxied into town. Item 11, I went straight to main headquarters of the Policia. Sergeant Romelio Garcia was off duty. He'd gone to the fights. Item 12, $4 American for a fast taxi ride to the Plaza del Fisticuffs, or whatever they call it. There, for item 13, $5, I had the sergeant paged over the PA system. After 2 or 3 minutes, a short, stocky, important-looking figure in police uniform strode up to the door.
Senor Johnny Dollar?
Yeah, that's right, Sergeant. How are you?
You Americanos. Now, what is so important I must leave the excellent fights to talk with you, huh?
The possible murder of an American fighter right here in your own ring.
So what is that to be excited about? Something that happens all the time. It's because the Mexican fighter is more better than the Americano fighter. So if that is all that is bothering
Incidentally,
you...
Sergeant Danny Ruskin of the Joplin Police.
Sergeant Danny? Why do you not say so at the beginning?
Well, you didn't give me much of a chance.
How is it, my good friend, Sergeant Danny? Pues it's too long I have seen him.
Yeah, well, look.
Excellent man, Sergeant Danny. When I have trouble with one of our Mexican nationals who escape across the border and go all the way to Missouri, Joplin, it's Sergeant Danny who... But you have a problem, huh?
Yeah. A fighter named Al Coronado.
Coronado. Oh, but of course, tomorrow night he is fighting here, and he will lose.
Why do you say that?
Come, look. Here on the, what you call, a billboard, a picture of the man he is to fight. So, El Toro Negro.
That sounds more like the name of a bull than a... Holy...
See, big man, is he not?
Is this picture real?
240 pounds, senor.
But Al Coronado only weighs in at 181.
See, El Toro, big man. And Senor Dollar, he is a killer. Our best. 3 men he's knocked out of the ring. But nobody hurts him, so no wonder you worried.
Sergeant, unless you and I can stop it, that won't be a fight tomorrow night. It'll be a premeditated, cold-blooded killing.
Oh? How so?
I showed Garcia my credentials, then told him what I knew and what I suspected.
But until we have proof of this, senor, to start what you call an international situation, you are not now in your own country, you know.
Still, he agreed to cooperate. First thing, of course, was to locate Al and his manager. In this city of nearly 200,000, that could be pretty rough. But he said he'd try. He drove me by the airport to pick up my bag, then to a hotel. And there, as the bellhop unlocked the door of my room, I got a real break. The next door down the hall opened.
Hey, kid, how'd you like to bring me up a glass of warm milk, huh?
Al Coronado.
Huh? Oh, hi.
Here, boy. Just put in my bags inside and leave the door open.
Gracias, senor.
Hey, Al, are you alone?
Oh, sure. Hey, you're Johnny, ain't you?
Yeah, that's right, Johnny, and I want to talk to you.
I used to see your rig side all the time up in Hartford, huh?
You saw me in Joplin, too. Only you don't remember. Where's Ricky Malone, your manager?
Oh, he said he had to go meet somebody. He's always going out.
Look, Al, I'm an insurance investigator.
Oh? Oh, I got some insurance.
Yeah. One more fight and somebody's going to collect it.
No, Johnny, that's my retiring money.
The only one who'll retire on it is Frankie Fortina.
Hey, Frankie, he's my owner. You know him?
Hey, who takes all the aspirin around here?
Me. I get a lot of headaches all the time. Maybe that's why I ain't been hitting so good lately.
Yeah. Here, catch this bottle.
Hey, now... now look what you did.
No, Al, you look what you did. You missed that bottle by 3 inches. For the same reason you haven't been hitting well, why you have these headaches. All right, I'll give it to you straight. You've had a brain injury, Al. One good wallop on that head will kill you. And that's just what Ricky and Fortina want.
No. Ricky always says to keep my head protected, so you must be wrong.
Am I?
Well, Ricky's good to me.
Why, you numbskull, he's trying to get you killed.
Johnny, you're all wrong.
You know the man you're up against tomorrow night?
Well, I know his name.
Well, he's the one scheduled to finish you off.
Johnny, I don't believe that.
Al, listen, you gotta believe it. Now, where's the Here.
Who you gonna call?
Hello, this is an emergency. Get me Sergeant Romilio Garcia at Central Police Headquarters.
Cops?
That's right, Al, and a doctor.
No, look, Ricky says to stay away from doctors. All they
can do is stop you from ever fighting again. And that would make you worth just $50,000 less to Frankie Sergeant Johnny Dollar. I found Al. Hotel room right next to mine, room 915. Bring a doctor, a brain specialist if you can, even if you have to drag him out of bed. Oh, look, we'll fight the international situation when we come to it. You get a doctor up here, you hear me?
You hang up or I'll blow your head off.
Well, Mr. Fortina, I believe.
Frisk him, Ricky.
Sure, boss. He's clean.
Huh? I hate to shoot an unarmed man, Dollar, but if you make one phony move...
So you know who I am, huh?
Well, Ricky here may be stupid in some ways, but he had sense enough to call me from Joplin after you broke in on him there. Finding out what you're up to wasn't difficult.
Finding out what you're up to wasn't very tough either, Fortina. But it's all over.
Not for me, Dollar. That's where you're wrong.
That phone call I made was to the police.
I know, to Central Headquarters. That's over 3 miles from here. By the time your sergeant finds a doctor and gets here, you'll be dead. And I will be gone.
Have you forgotten that you have a border to cross,
You
Fortina?
think I'm stupid? Frankie Fortina has never been here. Has never been even in Mexico. Because my tourist card reads Charles Edward Smith. And since the next plane leaves for the States in about 20 minutes, Ricky...
Yeah, boss?
I think Mr. Dollar had better have an accident. Fall out of the window, perhaps.
Oh, now, wait a minute,
What?
boss. I mean, well...
Listen to me, Malone. I had 2 reasons for coming down here. To see if you were right about Dollar and to make sure of that fight tomorrow. You've been stalling with Al. You've taken too long. The heat is on up north. I need the dough.
I told you, boss, that El Toro will do it tomorrow.
fellas,
Shut up.
And look, if you take care of Dollar, what about me?
What?
Maybe you can get back to the States, but me, with Dollar laying dead here, and if Al talks...
Al won't talk. You won't either.
Frankie.
Dollar has given us a perfect setup. He came here to Al's room. You found him here. You had a fight. Dollar ends up in the street below.
But what happens to me
Haven't
then?
I always taken care of you in the past when you were working for me? You know what will happen if you ever try to cross me.
No,
All
Frankie.
right. I have contacts down here. I have plenty of them. I have lawyers, good ones. It's going to be self-defense, pure and simple.
But what if Al talks?
I told you before, Ricky. You've taken too long with him.
Frankie, listen.
While I hold this gun, you're going to take care of Al, too. The way you should have a long, long time ago in his fights.
I don't
No,
understand.
no, listen to me, Frankie.
You listen.
I can't
You've been
do
in
it.
this whole thing just as deep as I have, and deeper. Because you're the one who's kept Al fighting. You've paid off all those phony medicos. You set him up for this El Toro tomorrow night. You'll do it, Ricky.
No.
Then I'll use the gun on all 3 of you.
Frankie.
You're out of your mind, Fortina.
Am I? It'll still look like a fight between you and Ricky.
Boss.
Al just happened to get hit accidentally by the gun that will be found beside your body.
Boss. Boss, I'll do it.
You bet you will.
I'll do anything you say if you just help me get out of it.
Okay. Go ahead. Dollar is first.
And, brother, if you think it's going to be
It's
easy...
either the window or this gun, Dollar. So far as you're concerned, I don't care which. Go on, Ricky.
Okay,
Just remember,
boss.
your own life depends on it.
You bet I...
Play dirty, will you?
The window, Ricky. The window, I said. Remember, it's your own life, Ricky.
All right, Fortina. So you have got a gun. Al.
Yeah, Johnny, I hit him.
Well, I'll be.
Si, Senor Dollar, with one very fine, clean left hook. While Fortino was watching you and the unfortunate Ricky.
Yeah.
You got here a little late, Garcia.
You see, but tell me, Senor, what makes you think this Al Coronado has lost his punch?
Expense account item 13, $100. Legal expense, mainly a deposition for a lawyer to take to court. Just how Garcia got me out of having to stay in Monterey for a hearing, I will never know, but he did. As for Al Coronado, I suggest the company make some adjustment in his policy that'll permit paying his annuities immediately. And why not? The company should have investigated more thoroughly before issuing this policy anyway. And if it doesn't show a little heart, but I'm sure it will. Item 14, $224.50. Hotel and incidentals and transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $491.20. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Sure, they may have plenty of blue blood in Boston, but from what I just saw, they've got plenty of the other kind, too.
This is another in the adventures of America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At insurance investigation, Johnny Dollar is only an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To Home Office, Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during my search for your missing policyholder, Miss Michelle March. Or, she came in like a lion and went out on the lamb. Or, she should have been banned in Boston. Expense account item 1. $2.85. Railroad transportation, Hartford to Boston. Expense account item 2,
$1.80. Cab fare to the corner of Longwood and Huntington Avenues. A half block from the apartment house that was Miss March's last known address. Boston may be called the cradle of liberty, but somebody else got rocked to sleep that morning on Longwood. The shots came from 2 carbines and 2 men in one light tan club coupe parked across the street. I waited long enough to memorize the license number as the pot rotted out of there, and then I headed for the victim. My heart was pounding, but not from exercise. He'd been sprayed coming out of a doorway that, in another 20 seconds, I would have been going in. But the coincidence didn't stop there. Take it easy now, will you? We'll get you some help. Do you know who did it?
March.
What? I didn't get you.
Tell him. Ask. Michelle March.
Michelle March? Well, that's who I'm looking for. What's she got to do with it? Can you hear me? What's Michelle March got to do with it? Come on now, try. I wonder if I should have stayed in Hartford.
I didn't see it happen, but I sure heard it. Like a shooting gallery. I was inside the shop, and, brother, that's where I stayed. Hey, mister, how is he? Can you tell?
Yeah. Let's just say you don't need to stand back to give him air. He can't use it. While the 2 limelight-happy characters from the crowd argued about who was going to notify the police, I disappeared from the scene by way of that desk doorway, pausing inside just long enough to learn from the buzzer panel that Michelle March's apartment number was, unluckily, 213. I didn't bother to look for the apartment house manager. I didn't even bother to pick the lock. I put my shoulder to work on the door. It was an easy apartment to search, but it didn't offer anything to find. The only thing even faintly resembling a lead I found on the floor behind the bureau. A book of matches that advertised Boston's Best Bar by Far, Flannery's, with an address on Washington Street. About then, I decided that rather than being found at the scene of breaking and entering, I'd look up the police at the scene of murder.
All right, keep moving, folks. Tear them out of here, Sergeant. You'll have to give them a
Here he comes, George. There's the guy who's bending over.
Oh, who are you there? What do you got to say about this?
Not much, Lieutenant. He was shot from across the street by 2 men in a tan club coupe. Probably stolen. License number, Massachusetts 3R165. Weapons were carbines, .30 caliber Army issue.
You sure of all that?
Yeah. Here. This will tell you why I make it a habit to be sure of things.
Oh. Dollar. Insurance investigator.
Uh-huh.
Hartford. Well, in a way, that makes 2 of you.
Huh?
I'm Lieutenant Valdeller.
Sergeant Major.
The dead man was a local detective. Private license, good business, and a bad reputation.
Name of?
Something I can't pass out right now.
Well, look, here's why I'm interested, Lieutenant. If friend detective was on a case, he could have been hired to find the same party I was hired to find. And since he was blasted at said party's last known address, it could be that somebody doesn't want said party found. Which paints an interesting but gloomy picture of my future.
Who is this said party?
A girl, Michelle March, reported to missing persons in New York yesterday by a worried sister, who was also the beneficiary of a $25,000 insurance policy owned by Miss March. The insurers, Tri-State Life, got the report from missing persons and hired me to find her.
You think she's dead?
I'll tell you when I find her.
Yeah. Now, what makes you think the deceased might have been looking for her, too?
Because he mentioned her name just before he went bye-bye.
Where are you staying, Dolly? Just in case we need you.
Cartwright Hotel. Now, look, Lieutenant. You've got a murder and I've got a missing person. You can loaf if you want to, but I'm eager. I want to talk to the apartment house manager. Any objections?
No. Go right ahead, Dolly. Good luck to you.
I am over this, Mr. Donald. I've managed rooming houses for over 30 years in Boston, some very nice ones, too. This is the first murder I've ever had. Oh, why did fate point at me?
Fate didn't point, Mrs. Macy. The gentleman was knocked off because he was involved with one of your tenants.
Oh, that's impossible. I've tried so hard. References, my own personal observation.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Mrs. Macy. In fact, the more personal your observations were, the gladder I'll be.
Well, it isn't that I snooped, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, of course not, Mrs. Macy.
Who was it?
Michelle March, 213.
Oh, she's a lovely girl. But her habits were quite irregular. Often came in late.
Oh. I understand she hasn't been staying in her apartment for the past 2 weeks. Do you know where she went?
Why, no, but I did happen to be just outside her door when she came out with a suitcase and her gentleman caller. Her employer, I believe she said. Something about some work they had to do in the country.
Uh-huh. She leave a forwarding address?
She had little reason to do that. Why, all the time she's been here, the only letters she's gotten is from somebody in Chicago. One a month. A man, I'd say, from the penmanship. Didn't get one this month, though.
Do you, by any chance, remember what those letters said?
Oh, you young upstart. I'm only trying to help.
I know, Mrs. Macy. You're a lovable old gossip. After Mrs. Macy chased me out of her apartment, I questioned some of Michelle's second-floor neighbors. What they gave me only augmented the story I already had. She hadn't been seen in the company of anyone for 4 or 5 months, until Dapper, medium build, and Swarthy took over. All of them had seen him. None of them knew his name, but they all agreed he was the guy Michelle March had marched away with. Everything I learned added up to a dame getting tired of waiting for somebody in Chicago and ducking out with somebody else. It would have looked that simple if it hadn't been for that detective who had so recently taken up new headquarters in the city morgue. Expense account, item 3, $4.75, drinks and dinner. After which, expense account, item 4, $180, taxi ride. Taken on the strength of the weak clue I found on Michelle's apartment floor. The match folder from Boston's best bar by far, Flannery's. Flannery's look like they wouldn't want to know how old you are, but how many stretches, and in what prisons. Above a row of greasy bottles, the wall behind the bar was covered with pictures of fighters, right from old John L. up to Rocky Graziano. But none of them looked as brutal as the 8 or 10 gorillas who had their feet on the brass rail. I decided this was no place to ask for a lady, so I asked for a drink.
Yeah?
Straight rye. Double.
You've never been in before. Where are you from?
I'm trying to forget. Has, Blackie been around lately?
Who's Blackie?
Well, maybe that's not his full name. It's the one I knew him by. He wore a lot of sharp suits, about medium build, dark, swarthy.
That could be anybody. Now drink your drink, pay for it, and move along.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I haven't got anything against the guy. I'm looking for a dame that's with him, see? What's the freeze for?
I need the room, expecting a private crowd. Now beat it.
I'm off, Flannery. Maybe I want to talk to these guys.
I'll see that, Flannery.
Yeah, I told Joe I'd beat him at the...
I'll get closed up again if I get any more trouble this week. Take him outside, Roxy, huh?
Shut up.
What's this Niles name you're looking for?
Michelle March. You know her?
Yeah. Let's go someplace and talk.
Thanks for the invitation, but let go of the arm. You'll get gangrene when the circulation is cut off.
Sorry. Come on.
What makes you so upset about the lost Michelle?
What do you want with Louis Marine?
Louis Marine? If he's the guy she's with, all I want him to do is to point her out.
You and me might get along at that. It'd be worth plenty to... Look out! Hit the sidewalk! Hey!
The car they were in was different, but those carbines sounded the same. I rubbed my nose raw, trying to bury my head in that sidewalk. I knew they had to empty those carbines sometime, but instead of sounding better, it started to sound worse. I twisted my head, shot a look at the street, saw one of the attackers in the process of falling out of one of the windows of the gun car. close my eyes again and realize why they never let my kind of insurance investigator be a policyholder. I'd been sent to find a missing girl, and there I was in the middle of another Boston massacre.
You are listening to Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Charles Russell.
It took a full 20 seconds after the smoke of battle had started to clear for me to realize that I'd been saved by the arrival of fire support from an unexpected source, the police. I looked around for my new friend and brother target, Roxy, but he had disappeared. A wave of suspicion broke over my flow of thought with this question. How did it happen that all those cops with all those guns just happened to be in all those hiding places waiting for those gunmen to drive up and open up? Answer, a hunter's stew like that usually calls for a pigeon. I didn't feel like flying, but I did, straight back to my hotel, with one landing and a newsstand. An evening paper gave me everything else I needed, except the feathers. But I wasn't exactly cooing when I got to my hotel room phone and put a call through to the Boston police.
South Precinct, Sergeant Miller.
Give me Lieutenant Bill in homicide.
One moment.
Homicide, Lieutenant Bill.
This is Dollar, Lieutenant.
Oh, Dollar, sure. I'm glad to hear from you.
I'll have your badge for this.
What did you say?
The evening paper. Quote, Boston private detective, whose name has been withheld by police, was slain today, presumably to stop his search for a missing girl. It was learned by this paper from reliable sources.
Oh, now, Dollar.
That another investigator still alive has joined the hunt for the girl.
Well,
Johnny Dollar, well-known Hartford insurance sleuth, checked into room 705 at the Cartwright Hotel today. Well, you want more?
Why, I can't understand it. I told the boys not to say a word.
I think the boys didn't.
Oh, now, see here. A man would have to stoop pretty low to use methods like that.
You probably touch your toes every morning for practice. Well, I hope you got the results for your stakeout in front of Flannery's. You got 2 hot carbines and a hot car. The evidence that could have talked, those gunmen, are so full of police lead that your only chance of learning anything now is to find somebody strong enough to pick them up and write with them.
Now, wait a minute, Dollar.
You know who hired them?
Well, I'll find out.
When you get confused, check with me. I think I know. Now, do I get the name of that private detective? The deceased?
Well, I don't see any harm. Bernard Knight.
Hired by?
Well, all right, Dollar. If you'll cooperate, I will. According to his files, he was hired by Roxy Morris to find the girl. Now, who hired the gunmen?
I think, but don't know that they were hired by a gent named Louis Marine to stop Roxy Morris from finding Michelle March. Why? We'll have more about that later. But if you'll put a search on that pair of names, I'll look for a good night's sleep. And after that sidewalk, it was easy to find. Oh, Boston. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, is this Mr. Dollar?
Wait a minute till I pick you up off the floor. Who is this?
Is this Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, it is.
Well, this is Michelle March.
Huh? Well, good morning, Michelle. I've been looking for you.
That's why I called. I read that you were hired by my insurance company.
Yeah, that's right. They don't like disappearing policyholders.
Well, let me tell you this. If they want to save the money, they'll have to pay for me. Stop looking for me.
What are you afraid of? That Roxy Morris will follow me?
What do you know about Roxy?
They'd like to find you and Louis Marine.
What did he tell you?
Oh, what counts is that I filled in what he didn't tell me. Namely, that he was in Chicago for a year, and you were supposed to be waiting for him in this fatal apartment on Longwood Avenue. But instead, Louis Marine landed, took the situation well in hand, and captured you for himself.
You're just trying this on for size, aren't you?
If it fits, keep it on approval. The point is, there are too many people looking for you to stay lost. Where can I meet you?
How do I know I can trust you? I can't trust anybody.
Look, I'm still working for the insurance company, so my greatest interest is keeping you alive, not selling you out.
What about the police?
Well, my promises aren't equipped with lifetime guarantees, but I'll do what I can. If you tell all, and if the story is big enough, they should be willing to make a deal.
It's big, all right. They'll clear something out of their books that's been there for a year.
Where do I meet you?
You know where Charlestown is?
Well, I know it's part of Boston.
Take the subway and get off at City Square. An hour from now. I'll be in a bar. The Gangplank. On Chelsea Street. Near the Navy Yard.
Okay, sweetie. I'll be there. Up until now, whoever's been doing the shooting has used everything but battleships. Even though Michelle's story sounded like trap bait, cheesy indeed, I had to take a chance. I dove into a cab and had the cab dive into the top of Hanover Street and down to Boston's North End. Playing quiz games with strangers in that section is called Take It or Lump It. But a few well-placed 20s led me to a neighborhood undertaker who had the officially unproved reputation of creating a large demand for his own services. We swapped donations. I gave him $50 and he gave me a large out of the corner of his mouthful.
Listen to me good. About a year ago, the laws picked up a Roxy Morris on a suspicion. They had a good idea. He'd heisted a 75G payroll. But there were no witnesses. He didn't leave none. Roxy knew they'd watch him, so he hightailed it out of town. But he didn't take the loot with him. The boys around here got it back on the grapevine. He was suffering from the shorts. So everybody figured he had the dough stashed away somewhere right around here.
Is that all? Have you got anything else to tell me?
Yeah. Goodbye.
I didn't like the way that undertaker said goodbye. I legged it up to the subway station marked Union, went down in and caught a train for Charlestown. Once at City Square, a 3-block walk down Chelsea Street produced the Gangplank Bar, which in turn produced that nose-bruising smell which comes from slopping beer on sawdust. Out of place in the place sat Michelle March. She was a good looker, with a bad look. And if I had been Roxy Morris, I would have elected her the last national bank. I flopped into a booth beside her. She turned her head my way, looked me straight in the kisser, blew a smoke ring at me, and popped 2 words through it.
You Dollar?
Yep, I'm Dollar. You March?
I'm Michelle March.
Well, so far so good. It's nice hearing you breathe. That means Tri-State Insurance can keep its nice $25,000.
Only if you keep me this way, Mr. Dollar. And that might prove to be a difficult thing to do.
Oh, maybe not so difficult.
Why not?
Well, you indicated yourself that your magnetic personality might suddenly attract a few steel-jacket bullets. That means there'll have to be somebody to pull the trigger. So all I have to do is to sit around and see who tries to take a shot at the target. You. And we've got our man.
It's not that easy. I'm in trouble 3 ways. And it's hard to see 3 ways at once.
Look, I know all about Roxy Morris. He swiped $75,000 and gave it to you to mine.
You don't know the half of it. 2 months after Roxy was gone, a guy named Louis Marine came to me with a story that Roxy had sent for $20,000. I gave it to him. Then he told me that Roxy had never sent for it. And that if I squawked, he'd convince Roxy that I'd fallen in love with him and just given him the money. Either that or he'd tip off the police. He had me going and coming.
Nice fellow.
He wouldn't leave me alone. He made me give him $15,000 more of Roxy's money. And 2 weeks ago, I got word through to Roxy in Chicago. He blew up. Turned on me. I've been running from him ever since. He wants his $75,000, all of it. And I haven't got it.
Oh, seems like you've been taking chances all the way. Now, you know what I want you to do?
No, what?
Take one more. I told Michelle what I had in mind for her, during the next few hours at least, and grabbed a cab back across the bridge into the North End. Expense account item 5, $50. Another donation to my expensive undertaker. This time I paid him for talking, but not to me. Then I took over the telephone and dialed my way through to the guy to whom I was about to give a chance of becoming the ding-dong daddy of the Boston Police Force, Lieutenant Bell.
Yes, Dollar, this is Lieutenant Bell.
Bell, how would you like to get the goods on Roxy Morris?
I'd like it fine.
Okay. And along with that, how'd you like to pin a receiving stolen property rap on Louis Marine?
I hope you aren't just being salty, Dollar.
I'm not, Lieutenant. Now, look, you may have to do some trading with the gal on this deal.
Yeah?
You may have to promise her some time off for verbal good behavior.
Well, such things are possible. All right, what's the pitch?
Listen, I have baited a tall, thin granite trap for Roxy Morris and Louis Marine. The bait is Roxy's ex-girlfriend, Michelle March.
Okay, what then?
I had a tipster call Roxy Morris and tell him that Louis Marine was meeting Michelle at a certain place at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah.
I also had Mr. Blabbermouth call Louis Marine and tell him that Michelle is meeting Roxy at the same time and the same place.
What?
I had him tell each of the gentlemen that Michelle was meeting the other one with what's left of the money in cash.
Oh, you started a war, Dollar. But if it does the trick, it's worth it. All right. What's my move?
First, call the place where I've arranged the surprise party and tell them to get rid of the public. Also tell them to let a girl named Michelle March come and go as she pleases. Also me.
Oh, don't tell me you've set this thing up in a public place. Where is it?
Lieutenant Bell, what I want is for those two characters to run up a blind alley. And when I say up, oh, brother, they got the word the Michelle meeting would be held at the top of the Bunker Hill Monument.
Oh, no.
And you might remember what General Prescott almost said. Don't fire till you see the red in their eyes. I was back in Charlestown and at the base of the Bunker Hill Monument at 2:45. The door of the museum at the bottom was open, but a state park officer stood by its side. I told him who I was, and he nodded me through the bronze doors. Officer, did Miss March get here?
Yes, sir, young man. She went up the shaft.
Oh, well, look, can I run the elevator myself?
There isn't any elevator. Just steps 200 to 300.
Oh. Ow, this may be going to heaven the hard way, but here goes. Halfway up the winding granite stairs, I yelled for Michelle. But she either didn't hear me or just didn't want to answer. I kept going and hoping. As I came closer to the top, I tried yelling again. Still no answer. Finally, I made it. Up into the observation landing at the top. Michelle was there. She still wouldn't talk, but she had written me a note. Beside her crumpled figure was a vial that hadn't been filled with perfume. The note was short and to the point. Dear Johnny Dollar, I still want to help, but I hadn't better be around here alive when everybody gets here. And it was signed Michelle. As I bent over to see what kind of bye-bye medicine she'd taken, I heard something that might mean a sudden dose of lead to the head for me. Either Morris or Marine had landed, and there I was stuck at the top with a bait that had suckered them into a trap, which suddenly turned out to be mine. Waiting up there in that tiny room for death to come get me would have killed me anyway, so I started down. Over the pounding of my heart and my own steps on the granite blocks, I heard the pitter-patter of anything but tiny feet come charging up a narrow staircase. Whoever was coming up and I both slowed down, but my heart didn't. I crept around a curve and my eyes went into a head-on collision with a pair staring back.
What are you doing here?
I'm a tourist, Roxy.
Maybe right, white guy. You may be taking a trip. Who's up there?
Up there? Oh, I don't know who they are. Just some girl with a guy she keeps calling Louis.
Okay. Let me by. Easy now. Don't try anything.
Roxy Morris tagged me with the butt of a .32 going by. But lying there with my head against the cold granite inside wall of the monument brought me back. And conscious was a very dangerous condition for me to be in, because charging up the stairs came another pair of unfriendly feet that couldn't have belonged to anybody but Louis Marine.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Well, up until somebody hit me on the head, I was trailing Roxy Morris and his girl.
They're up there?
Sure, Louis. Yeah, they're up there.
Then let me by. Come on. Get up out of my way.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, buy.
Yeah. But wait a minute. I got an idea. Come on, chum. Ahead of me. Up you go. You can affront for me. Move!
Louis had a gun at my back, and Roxy had one waiting for me up front. We took the last few steps up to the top real quiet-like. When my eyes came level with the floor of the observation room, Roxy was bending over Michelle, but he snapped up in a hurry, and his right hand was loaded with heat. Louis pushed me ahead of him, up and in. I stood there between them, listening to them grind their teeth at each other, with one foot under Michelle's arm. Then I got two big shocks. A scream from Michelle just before she snatched my legs out from under me. Hey, what are you doing alive?
I don't know. I guess I didn't take enough.
Well, whatever you're doing alive, I'll tell you one thing. Your two boyfriends sure took care of each other. Come on. Let me get you out of here. Oh. I didn't think I'd be able to carry me down all those stairs. Now I have to carry you. Expense account, item 6, $20. City hospital. Having Michelle's stomach pumped out. And the way Michelle took my suggestion that she voluntarily turn herself over to the police was very good. Lieutenant Bell was very cooperative. Otherwise, I might let it be known that the reason that he didn't show up on time to help me in the 1949 Battle of Bunker Hill was because he forgot to reset his watch at the end of daylight saving time. He showed up for our 3 o'clock appointment at 4. Expense account total, $786 and no cents. Signed, yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
This is Bob Case, Dollar, Piedmont Mutual. I've got to see you right away.
What's the rush?
The girl was pulled out of the East River. Turned out to be a policyholder.
What am I, a private eye? Why don't you go to the police to find your killers?
Oh, we know the killer. He's being executed right after midnight. What we want to know about is the victim.
Edmund O'Brien in another transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office Piedmont Mutual Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my search for the beneficiary of policyholder Pearl Carassa. Expense account, item 1, $4.50, mileage, Hartford to Sing Sing Prison, last place of residence of the girl's convicted murderer, Monty Pruitt. He was sitting in his cell playing solitaire.
Hey, what time is it?
About 11, Marty.
An hour more. How much you say the policy was for?
$5,000.
5,000. That's funny. Just what I got paid for the job. Who'd she leave it to, the old lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew she would.
You know where I can find the beneficiary?
The beneficiary? You didn't know the beneficiary, did you?
Never had the pleasure.
If you'd known her, you wouldn't be looking for her.
Mrs. Carrassa's virtues are none of my business, Marty. The company has $5,000, and I've got to help them get rid of it. What good are you doing yourself by not telling me where she is, if you know?
What time is it now?
A little after 11.
Boy, did that money look good. You know all the things you can do with $5,000? This girl back home. I was going to get married. Nah. I wasn't going to get married. I'd have put it in roulette like all them other times.
You never did say who hired you.
No, that's right. I never did.
Marty, I know you've been through this before, but you got to admit it's a good point.
You're going to die, and the real murderer is getting off free. Does that make sense to you?
What's your business, mister?
Insurance.
Stick to it.
I think I will.
You know what I'd do if I was you? I'd take that $5,000 and put it in flowers.
Thanks, anyway.
Hey, Dollar, let me give you some last-minute advice. Leave it alone. It's the most unnatural mess you ever got yourself into in all your life.
Expense account, item 2, 356 mileage, Ossining, New York to police headquarters, New York City, where the next morning Lieutenant Bernard Goldberg offered me photographs of the dead girl, a cigar, and what little information he had.
A body. We got the name off the wallet in her hip pocket.
What?
Slacks.
Oh.
A patrolman down at the docks picked up Marty Pruitt right at the scene. The trial was cut and dried.
Sergeant Riley.
But it's funny about these guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy loyalty to somebody who maybe wouldn't think twice about slitting his own. Yeah?
2 M's and remit.
Dollar. 2 M's and remit.
No.
No.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
You don't have any idea where I can start looking for the mother.
Most I can do for you is to give you the girl's last known address. But we've been over the ground 100 times. It's a rooming house. Nice but stupid old couple that don't know nothing.
This Seattle address on the policy.
1941. Then San Diego, then to Cairo, maybe. Who can know? But we're still working on it.
Hey, Lieutenant, how do you spell parasitical?
Dollar. Parasitical.
Tell him to look it up.
Look it up, Sergeant. What am I, a Webster?
Expense account, item 3, $1.50 cab fare to a stack of dirty bricks on the Lower East Side.
Well, you have no business being up here in the first place, and especially with your husband in that condition. Looking for somebody, mister?
Yeah, the manager.
Third door to your right.
Thanks.
Now, don't tell me it's none of my business. Not when I bring soup down there every single day. Why, I never heard the like of you.
Oh,
You haven't
come
any
in.
right to talk.
Howard, why don't you sit down?
Thanks. You the manager?
I am the manager. Howard's the manager.
Well, my name is Johnny Dollar. I'm with the
It's all right. We don't ask for references, do we, Howard?
Except under special circumstances. I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not looking for an apartment. I'm an investigator with an insurance company, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
We never had a fire in this building that was next door.
They keep rubbish in the basement.
The company's warned them time and time again.
Never does any good.
I'd like some information about a girl who I understand was a tenant here, a Miss Pearl Carassa.
The police were already here, Mr. Dollar.
4 times.
Lieutenant Goldberg thanked us for our cooperation.
She was such a nice girl.
Quiet.
Home-like.
And generous.
Oh, yes, terribly.
How long was she with you?
How long was it, Howard?
Just 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks. But we got to know her so well. She was such a lonely girl. She used to come down after dinner sometimes and talk about music and all the places she'd been.
Well, where'd she come from originally?
She never said, but she'd been everywhere.
In Florida?
Everywhere.
Did she have any visitors?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, and the first thing she told us was no visitors. If anybody asked for her, she wasn't home. Such a lonely girl. So pretty, too. You'd think she'd have boyfriends.
No, Mr. Dollar, no visitors.
Did she act as if she were frightened of something?
That's just what the police asked us, and we told them before, and we told them at the trial that we thought she was frightened.
Yes, we had her luggage here for a while, but the police took it.
I've been through it, thanks.
Did you notice all the labels from all over everywhere? Wonder what they're going to do with all those lovely dresses and shoes.
Look, I know the police asked all these questions, but did you happen to notice if she got any mail?
Yes, we did. She didn't.
No, not a single letter, no.
Did she spend much time away from her apartment?
Very little, only.
Twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon, but she always came back within an hour.
I don't suppose you have any idea where she went.
That's right, we don't.
What'd you say you were again?
Insurance investigation. Thanks for your time. Expense account, item 4, $50 in cab fares. It took me the rest of that day and half of the next visiting neighborhood postal substations. It looked like a beautiful way to waste time, but I was betting on the impossibility that her daily excursions had been for mail. This kind of foot padding taught me very little other than the fact that there are a good number of substations in any given half-hour area. The second afternoon, I dragged into a fruit store which advertised Postal Station 324, along with a special on honeydew melon. I walked up to the little cage. Anything for Carassa today?
Who?
Carassa, general delivery.
Just a minute. Grant?
Carassa. Carrasa.
Just
Carassa.
a minute. Yes, here we are. 3 cents postage due, Las Vegas, Nevada.
I looked at the envelope. Pearl Carassa, all right. It had been forwarded from Las Vegas 3 days before. I said something to myself about hard work, patience, and fool's luck, then headed for a phone. This is Dollar, Bob. On the Carassa thing, I'm still cold on the beneficiary, but we've got the girl traced as far as Las Vegas.
Well, that's a long haul for a $5,000 policy. Do you have a final address on her there?
A letter was forwarded to General Delivery here in New York that was originally addressed to the Rambo Club. I got a permit and had it opened. It's nothing but a dressmaker's bill. I guess the Las Vegas Postal Authority sent it on. That's all I got. You want me to follow it up?
Nothing else we can do. You hereby have authorization. Get going.
Expense account, item 6, $200 air travel and expenses to Las Vegas, Nevada. Specifically, the Rambo Club. It's always the same when I hit Las Vegas. I expect to find tuxedos and evening gowns playing the games, but I never do. A bootblack comes in off the street with the last quarter he made and plunks it down on 21. A grandmother with a California pension. A red-headed kid with Oscar's Super Service tattooed on his overalls. I always ask myself, where's all the big money? The answer is they're getting rid of it in the back room.
Hey, jackpot on the nickel one. How do you like that?
Oh, boy.
Come on.
I told my relief I had to go powder my nose. What I really wanted was a drink.
Sly, real sly.
Is this taken?
No, sit down.
Thank you.
What do you have, mister?
A good bourbon, soda.
Oh, thanks for your confidence in me. I'll fix you up.
You worked here long?
Have I?
You like Nevada? What's your hometown?
Las Vegas, Arrowhead in the summer.
Yeah, I guess you know a lot of people here, huh?
By sight, mostly. Very few by name. Everybody's a stranger.
Say, maybe you know a friend of mine. I went to school with her. What was her name again? Carassa. Pearl Carassa.
Save me my drink, Eddie. I gotta get back to work. Take it easy, mister.
Best bourbon in the house.
Thanks.
That's $1.50. This is a real clip joint.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Thanks.
Say, wait a second. You know where I can find Mrs. Henrietta Carassa? She's the mother of a girl that used to hang around here, Pearl. Well?
Yeah. I think I can help you. Harry, take over. Here's your $1.50. Come on.
$60.
Oh, I'm sure going to win it this time. I'll tell you, boys. Wait a minute.
Grace, will you quit? Grace, will you? Will you quit, Grace? Grace, I'm telling you, quit. Listen to me, Grace. Will you quit? Grace, quit!
Shut up!
The stairway led to the mezzanine. I followed the bartender along the thickly carpeted hall to a door labeled Peter Barron. My benefactor knocked, a shadow loomed on the frosted glass, and just like that, there he was. A long red gash of a scar ran across the left side of his face, twisting it into a humorless smile. The barkeep was dismissed with a nod. We sat down.
Cigar?
Thanks, no.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a Mrs. Henrietta Carassa.
Why?
I got business with her.
What kind of business?
Insurance?
She don't need no insurance.
Where can I find her?
She don't need no insurance.
Well, thanks anyhow.
Sit down.
What for?
You see this mark across my face? You know how I got this? Asking foolish questions and not giving the right answers. Suppose you tell me what you want with Mrs. Henrietta Carassa.
I'll tell Mrs. Carassa you were interested.
Oh, look. This is no way to talk to me. Now, I got a lot of respect for your business ethics and all that, but you know how it is sometimes. Now, come on, Mr. Insurance. What do you want with Mrs. Carassa?
Are you a pretty good shot with that thing?
38's my specialty.
In that case, I've got a check.
What kind of a check?
A $5,000 kind of a check.
From whom?
A daughter.
Pearl?
Pearl. She left her mother $5,000.
How did you trace Pearl to Las Vegas? Never mind. You know what you look like to me? You look like a city official.
It's the pinstripe. Now, how do I find Mrs. Carassa?
It's very simple. Mike, this is Mr. What's your name, Insurance?
Dollar, Johnny.
Take Mr. Dollar to see Mrs. Henrietta Carassa. Treat him gentle. He's got some money for her.
The place looked and sounded the same on the way out, but something was different. Maybe it was the 4 6-footers standing at the door. As they fell in behind me, I thought maybe I'd asked one question too many. At the alley, I found out how right I was.
He was a tough one. Would have been easier to slip him a Mickey.
In just a moment, we will return to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, you hear them all on CBS, and some of the funniest parts of that all comes from the bird brain of a woman, Miss Gracie Allen of Burns and Allen. Top troopers on the American stage for years, top radio stars after that. George and Gracie are now playing a big part in CBS's great Wednesday night lineup. Bing Crosby, Groucho Marx, George and Gracie, and Dr. Christian. Join George Burns and Gracie Allen this Wednesday night on most of these same CBS stations. And now, with our star, Edmund O'Brien, we return to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
There was a lot more to this case than a $5,000 insurance payoff. I'd sensed that from the beginning. A hired killer with a still unknown employer had searched out the girl in her New York hideaway and done a thorough, if not profitable, job. His warnings, which a man of my profession is bound to ignore, were beginning to materialize. As I woke up, I could hear voices.
Could have brought another wallet with him and left it at the hotel.
They took him in the alley, and Joe and Harry.
Oh, wait a minute.
were there.
Wait a minute. I think he's waking up. Hold his head.
Okay. Hey, you ought to get a doctor for him, maybe.
Nah, doctor.
He looks terrible.
Dollar, can you hear me?
Dollar.
Huh?
Where you from?
Yeah, what's this insurance stuff?
Who you really working for?
Is it the New York Police Department?
Where did you get these cards in your wallet?
Come on, Dollar.
Answer me, Dollar.
Give me some water.
Get him some water.
Hey, get some water, Joe.
Now, sit up. Come on, sit up. Here, I'll help you. There.
All right, now what's the idea?
That's what we'd like to know. Where do you know Pearl Carassa from?
Oh, that name.
Come on.
I'm looking for her mother.
What do you want with her mother?
She left an insurance policy. Girl, $5,000.
Hey, here's the water.
Thanks. Who are you?
Pete Barron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the face is familiar.
You mustn't be bitter, Dollar.
Why?
Why questions?
Look, I'm just a working man. It's so simple. There's a company in Hartford, an insurance company. They sold a policy. The girl aboard it is dead. Policy is for $5,000. The money goes to her mother. All I want to know is, where is mother?
No kidding. Are you really an insurance man?
No kidding.
Well, why didn't you say so? Why didn't you come right out with it? Why do you go sneaking into bars asking funny questions?
Mister, do you know a Mrs. Henrietta Carassa?
Here in Las Vegas?
Here in Las Vegas.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll look it up for you.
Thanks. Now, lay me back down again. Expense account, item 7. $20, doctor bills. Nothing serious, but I couldn't go out in the street looking like that. I stayed in my hotel room for 2 days until the swelling went down. On the third morning, I had a visitor. It was the girl who gave me the brush off in Rambo's bar. She had an overnight bag with her. There was a label, Bloomington, Indiana.
You're in trouble, you know that?
3 days ago, that information would have done me some good.
I mean real trouble. You don't think Pete Barron let you out of there because he believed your story.
No more than you think you weren't followed
I
here.
know. She'd never come here. But Pearl, get a message to her, will you? Tell her never to show up here again.
She won't.
What do you mean she won't?
She's dead.
You got to her.
Do you know why?
I gotta get out of here.
Wait a minute. Why did Pete Barron hire Pruitt to kill her?
Let go. I gotta get out of here.
He came up here for a purpose.
Yeah, but I didn't know she was dead.
You're going to let him get away with it?
It's narcotics. The gambling place is up front. They fly it up from Mexico at night and get out by morning. Pearl found out about it, and that's why they did it.
Does Barron know Pearl told you all this?
I don't think so, but I'm not taking any chances. I got a bus ticket. It leaves from across the street. I only got a minute.
Good luck, honey. After she left, I went to the window and watched her leave the hotel and cross the street. A nice girl, I thought. And I wondered how she got mixed up with Barron's crowd. The bus door opened, and she put one foot on the step. She crumpled to the sidewalk. The little overnight bag tumbled into the gutter. I got downstairs just ahead of the deputy sheriff, just after the bus had left. The people were still standing around. She was a nice kid.
You knew her?
Not for long.
Did you see this happen?
Yeah.
Step over here for a second, will you, please? May I have your name, please?
Yeah, sure. Here, here's my ID card.
Insurance investigation. Something about her?
No, a friend of hers. Pulled out of the East River. Pearl Carassa, shot to death.
Carassa?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Oh, we heard she left town. That was about all. She got mixed up with Pete Barron and her family disowned her. Well, did you see what happened to this girl?
She was just getting on the bus. Sounded like a rifle. She was working for Pete Barron, too.
Yeah, I thought I recognized her.
She just come up to see me. Had quite a story to tell. Barron's running narcotics up from Mexico by plane.
Yeah, so I've heard. We've had our eye on him for months, but we aren't ready to pick him up yet. Why would she tell you that?
She had to tell somebody. She had a message she wanted me to deliver. To Pearl.
Well, this is beginning to tie up. But what's insurance got to do with it?
Carassa girl left a policy, $5,000 to her mother.
Her conscience must have bothered her. Comes from one of the finest families in this part of the country and starts downhill with a crowd like that. Now, her mother needs $5,000 like I need 2 haircuts. And, mister, if I were you, I'd take that check out to Carassa's and catch the next plane out of town.
You know something, Sheriff? That's just what I'm going to do. And that's just what I tried to do. Expense account item 8, 50 cents cab fare to the Carassa estate on Juniper Drive. They should have charged admission. There was an ivied stone wall running all around it, and a mile drive through a cactus rock garden to the mansion. I felt a little like a grocery boy delivering a check for a measly $5,000. I was met at the door by a butler in a business suit and was toured around an indoor swimming pool and potted palms to the library. Buried in a large leather chair, reading a 25-cent version of How to Be Your Own Gardener, was the man of the house. I was introduced and left alone with him.
Insurance?
Investigation. How long since you've heard from your daughter?
Oh, such a long time, such a long time. Is she in more trouble?
She's dead, Mr. Carassa.
Dead? Pearl dead? Can't be. What happened?
She was killed.
An accident?
No, it wasn't.
Not an accident.
Someone hired a killer.
Oh. It's my fault. I knew, and I did nothing.
Gregory, I've been looking all over for you. Have you watered the palms today?
No.
You didn't water the palms. Now, Gregory, the leaves will get all yellow and fall all over the floor, and it'll take simply minutes to clean up the mess around the pool. And I told you specifically that the music club had changed from Wednesday to Monday, and Monday is tonight.
This is a man from the insurance company.
How do you do? Now, Gregory, please do this one thing for me. You know how much I have to do.
Henrietta, it's Pearl.
I told you never to speak that name in my presence.
She's dead.
Dead.
She was murdered, Mrs. Carassa, in New York.
I'm not sorry. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. Not in the least. She's never done anything but bring shame to me and to her father. She brought these awful people to the house. To this house, mind you. Humiliating me in front of my friends. She even wanted to marry one of them.
Henrietta, please, not now, Henrietta.
I'm not adept at putting on false grief like you are, Gregory. She was no good. When she brought this man in, I told her right there and then, you're not my daughter. Go to the people that you fit in with. Well, this is the way it had to end. I'm going upstairs.
Mrs. Carassa, just one thing more. If you'll sign this paper, my job will be over. I have a check for you.
A check? What kind of a check?
She left you $5,000.
Me? She left me $5,000?
I remember. The policy she took out in high school. She never canceled it, even when you sent her away.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Tell me, do you know who killed my daughter?
Well, the man that did the actual killing has already been executed in New York State. The man who hired him, it's only a suspicion. I'd rather not say.
Barron.
What about this check?
I don't think she wants the money. You can tell your company that.
Look, Mr. Carassa, I've come a long way. I'll leave it here. You can sign the form and mail it. Would you mind calling me a cab? Expense account item 9, 50 cents cab fare. Just as we pulled out of the driveway, somebody else pulled in. I don't know if he saw me, but I saw him. It was Pete Barron.
Are you sure, Dollar?
Positive. Sheriff, I woke up looking at that face.
What would Barron be doing at Carrassa's place?
Could be a connection you didn't know about.
Yeah, this could be the tie-up we've been looking for. Somebody who supplied the dough. It's a big operation. I'm sure Barron didn't have enough dough to start it.
Well, what are we waiting for? I rode down with the sheriff. We bypassed the butler by taking him into custody. We heard voices coming from the library and stopped outside the door.
Business, I had to do it. She threatened to go to the police. She may have been your daughter, but she wasn't mine.
Now, why did you tell her?
I didn't. She found out.
She knew about us?
Sure, she knew about you. She knew about everything. She would have turned you and your wife in a long time ago if you hadn't been her parents, but she was willing to turn me in, and I did what I had to. Wasn't my idea, you coming into this thing, but now that you're in it, you gotta learn that things like this happen.
Yes, and things like this happen, too.
Come on.
Drop it, Carrassa.
And look who's here. Hello, Mrs. Carassa.
Let's go, Carrassa.
No, wait. I want you to know about this woman. I want you to know what she is. All respectability and shine. Chamber music and non-objective paintings in high society. And where did the money come from, Henrietta? From narcotics. From the same people you hated so much.
Gregory, stop
I had a tile business before the war, but it wasn't good enough for her. She wanted this place, Italian marble, tapestries. She met Barron in back rooms and arranged to have me buy into his gambling casino. That was the first thing.
Don't you dare put the blame on me.
Whose idea was it to have the narcotics flown in? How many times did I beg you to stop? But you never listened to me. You couldn't keep from impressing the ladies and gentlemen. And when Pearl wanted to marry a decent young man, you insulted him right out of this house. This is the woman who sent her daughter away because her friends were not good enough.
I don't think you need me anymore, Sheriff. I'll just take that check and go home. Expense account, item 10, $200, transportation back to Hartford. I don't know what you can do with the check. If it were up to me, well, I'd use it to clean up the respectable slums. But that's not my problem. Expense account total, $712.55. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dowd and David Ellis, with music composed and conducted by Leith Stevens. Edmund O'Brien can currently be seen starring in the Harry M. Popkin United Artists production, D.O.A. Featured in our cast were Hy Averback, Joseph Kearns, Bill Johnstone, Bill Conrad, Martha Wentworth, Sarah Selby, Howard McNair, and Virginia Gregg. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. Join us again next week at this same time when, from Hollywood, Edmund O'Brien returns in another transcribed adventure of
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
There is no more pitiful sound in the world than that of a hungry child. And it's a sound which can be easily heard in Europe and Israel, Korea, and the islands to the east. You can do much to help alleviate this condition through your continued purchases of care packages. Help banish the sound of hunger through your donations of care packages now. There's a man with a little black bag turns up on most of these CBS stations every Wednesday night. And out of it comes some of the most light-hearted and most moving stories on the air. The man, why, it's Dr. Christian, of course. And tomorrow night's the night for another of his famous visits. Be sure to hear Dr. Christian starring Gene Hirschholt as the beloved small-town physician every Wednesday night. Now stay tuned for the adventures of Philip Marlowe, which follow immediately over most of these same CBS stations. This is CBS, where Wednesday night is Bing Crosby night, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
Cal Porter at Associated, Johnny.
What's up, Cal?
Remember the Younger case, about 1945? Henry J. Younger. The testimony sent him up for a 1 to 10 hitch. Insurance fraud?
Yeah, sure, I remember him.
They let him out yesterday. He's been noising it about that you're the top of his shopping list.
Oh, I've heard that kind of talk before.
Well, all I know is he's not here in Hartford visiting grandmother. We'd like to have you on a payroll for a few weeks just for safety's sake. Keep an eye on him for us.
Probably the easiest money I've ever taken, Cal. If I remember Mr. Unger, he'll have his eye on me.
The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you Edmund O'Brien in another transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
To make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to refreshing, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Here's a taste treat you can enjoy indoors, outdoors, at work, or at play. The cool, long-lasting mint flavor refreshes you. The smooth, steady chewing helps keep you fresh and alert. Adds enjoyment to whatever you're doing. Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Associated Insurance Companies of New England. Attention, Calvin Porter. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during investigation of the Henry J. Unger matter. Expense account item 1, $2.20, night letter to Warden of State Penitentiary for dossier on Henry J. Unger. I just hung up and the doorbell rang. Just a second.
Hello, Johnny.
Eileen.
Well, can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice place. Been so long I'd almost forgotten. Oh, I see you got rid of that imitation Rodin, the miniature. Wasn't your type, anyway. Oh, I must say, you're not being very hospitable. Don't I deserve a drink?
Sure.
Well, what's the latest?
Working as hard as ever.
Oh, thanks.
I'm sorry if I'm a lousy conversationalist, Eileen, but like you say, it's been a long time. I thought you said you never wanted to see me again.
I did, once. But when I got your wire yesterday, I decided that
My
maybe...
wire? I didn't send you any wire.
Don't make me seem like a fool, Johnny. I got a wire from you asking me up here this evening. You said you wanted to talk things over.
Look, I don't know who's playing a gag on you, Eileen, but I didn't send you a wire. I know how you felt 2 years ago when we said so long.
Well, maybe I was wrong 2 years ago. I know I made some mistakes, and you made some mistakes.
Let's see that wire.
Well, sure. It's right here in my purse.
Tonight at 7:30, let's talk things over at my place, Love Johnny. I didn't send that. You sure you don't know a few other Johnnies?
That was a dirt crack.
You like little things like this, don't you, Eileen? You like to write yourself notes, make up stories. You've got an A1 imagination. Well, I went all through that a long time
Now,
ago.
you listen to me. This is no gag, and it's not my imagination.
All right. Let's make things as pleasant as possible as long as you can.
Fair enough. I thought a lot about you, Johnny. Oh, I'm not apologizing. Really, I'm not. Just thinking back. I'm glad it didn't turn out the way we originally planned it. I'd have spent half my life worrying over you.
Oh, that's very touching, especially in light of the fact that every other evening it was somebody else.
I told you, Johnny.
Yes, that we were going to be pleasant.
Oh, that's right. We were going to be pleasant. Oh. You expecting someone?
No.
Mr. Dollar?
Yes?
Maybe you don't recall my face. The name is Unger. Henry J. Unger. Mind if I come in?
I'm busy.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, we won't take much of your time, will we, Ferdy?
A very minimal amount of your time.
Mind introducing me to the lady?
What do you want, Unger?
My name is Henry J. Unger, miss.
Well, maybe I better go, Johnny.
No, stick around.
Go on, Eileen. I'll see you later.
I said stick around.
I guess you better stick around. You just came over for a visit, Unger. Let her go home.
Oh, no. Maybe she'd like to watch the activities. Ferdy, get out the needle.
Now, look, Unger.
Oh, you talk, just like someone in insurance. You make so much noise and you don't say anything. How's it coming, Ferdy?
Satisfactorily. It's all ready. And they were each having a drink, too.
I noticed that. Got the rope?
Now, you know I have the rope.
That chair will be fine. Sit down, Dollar.
What's the angle, Unger?
You'll find out. Sit down. Can you work with gloves on, Ferdy?
Sure. I could do it with mittens. And once around. Twice around. Once around. Twice around.
Hey, look. What are you going to do? Why don't you let him alone?
It's love, Ferdy.
Let her go home, Unger. She hasn't anything to do with this.
Finished, Ferdy?
Come on, Unger.
Ferdy, you finished?
One more little minute. There. All done. And very sturdy, too.
All right, Ferdy. Roll up his sleeve.
Right. Hey, look. He's got a nice big blue vein right here. You know, it's so hard to find a good, nice, blue, bulgy vein on somebody. Feel, Uncle, feel.
He loves his work, this Ferdy. Used to be a lab technician at some big hospital. Didn't you, Ferdy?
That's right, Mr. Unger. Hold very still, Mr. Dollar, and concentrate on this lovely girl you see standing before you. Just conceive of yourself as being a very big man, the President of the United States or something. Someone with influence. Yes, a great deal of influence.
loaded with nails. The warm air clouded my nostrils, and I couldn't breathe. I tried to open my eyes, but no luck. I longed for something bitter and bubbly and cold. It was the worst hangover I'd ever had in my life. I finally forced my eyes open. One of my hands felt heavy, and the other felt light. I turned my head painfully. There was a gun in my right fist. On the floor, dried blood. A lot of blood. And a girl named Eileen.
Police!
Oh.
He killed her! Police!
It was the maid. I remembered the keys hanging in a great silver ring from a wide waist. And she was gone. Empty liquor bottles. 2 in the corner, 1 near the body. I focused my eyes on the gun. It was my own. I sat up and opened the breech. It had been fired. Twice. I looked at my watch. I put it up to my face and I looked at it hard. 10, 20. I had been out almost 3 hours. I went out into the fresh air and it hit me like a slap in the mouth. I almost passed out again. But I took it slow, not breathing too deeply. Expense account item 2, $1, and I forget how many cents cab fare to the combination home and office of my good friend, old Dr. Norwich. I was still so groggy I almost fell into the house when he opened the door.
Why, Johnny, here, let me take your arm.
Oh, I'm a little woozy.
That I can see. Here, sit down before you fall down. Here we are.
Look, Doc, I gotta trust you. I just been framed. Look at my right arm. The vein.
It's been punctured.
What did they give me?
I don't know. I can take a blood sample and lab it up for you.
Thanks, Doc.
I can't be certain, but my opinion is you've been given a very adult dose of alcohol. Possibly a mixture of 50% alcohol and intravenous fluid.
Can I prove it?
Did you have a drink?
Yeah, 1.
Well, I'm afraid gastric analysis would show a trace of alcohol.
Yeah, but not enough to make me pass out.
Well, by now, most of the alcohol would be in the blood whether you drank it or had it pumped into you.
So it's a dead end, huh?
If it's a frame, Johnny, I'm afraid the evidence I could supply wouldn't be much help to you. You've been radically anesthetized, my friend, but that little round dot on your arm could have been self-inflicted. A good prosecuting attorney could make mincemeat out of your case.
Can you at least make me solid again?
It'll take a few hours, but I can get you on your feet. If you don't mind being treated a little rough.
I don't mind anything, Doc, as long as you can get me awake enough to keep myself alive. After a Swiss bath consisting of ice-cold water pressured at the body out of a stout hose, plus a potent shot of vitamin B complex and another cup of coffee, I felt almost normal. The throb in my head was gone. In its place was the cold realization that I was wanted for murder. Expense account item 3, 50 cents taxi fare to Asylum Street. It was funny going through all the motions of a murderer. I began to feel an edge of guilt creep into me. By the time I hauled myself into the Lost Soul Cafe, I felt as much a part of the place as the tramp at the elbow of the bar. I found an old informant at a front table. Expense account item 4, $25 strictly for information.
Sure. Sit down. For that kind of money, sit down.
Thanks.
Now, what was that question again?
Henry J. Unger, Victor.
Henry J. Unger. Just unfrozen.
That's right.
Well, 25 isn't very much.
25 is my present limit. This isn't too big a case.
I could do better on quiz show.
Henry J. Unger and his character man, Ferdy.
$25 and a shot.
Right.
Won't you join me?
Oh, I can't look at the stuff.
I took the cure once. Fistula, we're the same. Henry J. Who?
Unger.
Well, he hasn't been around long enough for me to know his habits. just a few weeks. He just got unfrozen, you know.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Did I? Oh, yes, so I did. Well, he's been dropping in here every afternoon about... What time is it?
3 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yeah, in the afternoon.
I've been here a long time. Oh, he should be here at any minute. You know, I should stop imbibing. You know why? It isn't really good for you.
If you had the treatment I had last night, you'd quit.
Oh, wonderful. Give me a temperance lecture. I haven't heard one in 14 years. The last lady that lectured me, I married. Turned her into a derelict and got rid of her. Give me a temperance lecture.
Yeah, some other time. I just saw him.
Where?
See you later, Victor. Thanks. Hello, Andrew.
Well, Dollar, the police know you're out?
Let's sit down and talk it over.
I wouldn't stay in one place too long if I were you.
It won't be too long.
Well, speak your piece.
This strictly revenge, Unger?
Let's put it this way. 5 years is a long time. Good thing I learned to behave myself, or I'd still be running the prison paper.
You're the noisy type, Unger. You'd be the finger man if I so much as stubbed my toe.
Correction, I would have been. Now I've got the law doing my dirty work.
You haven't made a mistake.
I planned this for 5 years. You won't find any mistakes. Oh, I thought a lot about you, Dollar, up at the resort.
Yeah, in the years I've been in the insurance game, I've seen you guys come and go by the dozen. They turn you out of the same mold. You flip a few jobs, and it gives you a kick, and it goes to your head. Then comes that one mistake. They salt you away, and it gripes you. The world's to blame. You look around for somebody to take it out on.
You talk a lot for a fugitive, Dollar.
You're going to sit down over a piece of paper and write out a full confession, Unger.
What makes you think so?
This.
A confession under duress isn't worth very much.
It'll be worth a lot to me. For one thing, it'll be the truth. You'll have to prove I held a gun on you.
Drop it, Dollar.
What?
I said drop it.
You got the wrong man, Lieutenant.
I doubt it, Dollar. You're under arrest for the murder of Eileen Kennedy.
To make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to refreshing, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. The lively, full-bodied, real mint flavor cools your mouth, moistens your throat, freshens your taste. And the chewing itself gives you a little lift, helps you keep going at your best. So for real chewing enjoyment that's refreshing and long-lasting, always keep Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy. Healthful, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum will make every day more enjoyable. And now with our star, Edmund O'Brien, we return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, it's my duty to warn you that anything you say may be held against you. If you got a good lawyer...
Lieutenant, this is ridiculous. You know I'm not a killer.
Do you want a good lawyer?
Yeah. Guess I better get one. Call Joseph P. Harris. Number's in the book.
Take care of that, Sergeant. Yeah, it looks bad for you, Johnny. When the DA gets hold of this evidence, he's going to be pretty nasty. You have any contradictory facts?
Yeah, sure. I'm innocent.
Can you prove it? Oh, come on, Dollar. You're in trouble.
It was a beautiful job of framing, Lieutenant.
All right, tell me what happened.
Eileen Kennedy received a telegram yesterday. It asked her to meet me up at my apartment at 7:30 the next night that I wanted to talk.
You two had quite a romance at one time, as I remember.
We had quite a romance, but I didn't send that telegram.
Can you prove it?
I didn't send the... No, I can't prove it.
Go on.
Well, she got there at 7:30. We had a few words.
Fight?
Not a fight, differences of opinion. We weren't up there 5 minutes when the doorbell rang. It was Unger. He was with a guy he called Ferdy.
Well, what happened?
Unger pulled a gun on me. He sat me down in the chair, and Ferdy tied me up. Then Ferdy injected alcohol into my vein, enough to make me pass out. He dumped a few bottles around the apartment, probably pouring the liquor down the drain. And when I woke up, Eileen was lying dead on the floor next to me.
That makes a good story, Dollar.
Well, here's the mark on my arm. You can still see it.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, now it's my turn. We found Eileen Kennedy in your apartment. There were 2 bullets in her, one in the abdomen, one in the chest, penetrating the heart at the right ventricle.
From my gun?
Yeah, the one we took from you when we captured you. 38 automatic.
Lieutenant,
We found empty liquor bottles around the place. Gastric analysis at autopsy of the girl showed alcohol.
Sure, we each had a drink.
A drink or many, there was a trace of alcohol. Now, you say you didn't take more than 1 drink. Can you prove it?
Can you prove it? Can you prove it? Can you prove you washed your face this morning?
I don't have to, Johnny. Okay, Sergeant, take him to his cell. When his lawyer comes, send him right in.
I'll try to remember something that might help me defend you, Johnny.
Joe, I just can't think anymore. My head's going around like a pinwheel.
You've got to keep yourself under control. Now, you're an investigator. You're used to dealing with things like this. Certainly when it comes to your own life.
Yeah, that's just it. When it comes to my own life, I'm tied up in knots.
I see. Well, I'll be frank. It'll be a rough one.
Are they still holding Unger?
They couldn't hold him. They had no charge against him.
Uh-huh. And it looks like the indictment will go through, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it. You were terribly drunk, Johnny. Dr. Norwich told me the percentage of alcohol in your blood.
You think I killed her, don't you?
Now, look, Johnny, I'm trying
Forget
to
it.
help you.
Forget it, Joe. I'll see you in court.
Excuse me, would you mind moving over one? Oh, there. Oh, sorry, just got here.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This Honorable Court of Connecticut is now in session pursuant to adjournment. Judge Samuel B. Epstein presiding. Be seated. The State of Connecticut versus John Dollar.
We'll waive a jury, Johnny. I think you'll have a better chance.
We'll take a jury, Joe. Start picking.
Your name, please?
David W. Norwich.
You're a physician, is that correct?
Physician and surgeon.
Now, Dr. Norwich, did the defendant, Mr. Dollar, make a visit to you on the night of July 10th last?
He did.
Would you mind explaining the circumstances of that visit to the jury, Doctor?
He was very sick. I had to help him inside, he was so sick. A laboratory analysis of his blood showed him to be under the influence of alcohol.
Did the defendant, or did he not show you a spot on his arm where a hypodermic needle had penetrated?
He did.
And did you or did you not suggest to him at that time that the alcohol might have been administered by means of a hypodermic needle?
I did. But also...
That'll be all, Doctor. Not quite all, Doctor.
Now, Doctor, you know as well as I do that a little black dot on the underside of the elbow might have been done by an enterprising young investigator such as Mr. Dollar in order to put forth a fairy tale that he was drugged, do you not?
I object, Your Honor. The prosecuting attorney is attempting to intimidate the witness and interject his own opinions through the medium of his questions.
Sustained.
Very well. Doctor, is there any possible way of showing through laboratory tests of one sort or another whether alcohol had been administered by hypodermic or by mouth?
Yes, there is. Gastric analysis.
And did you perform such a test upon the defendant, Mr. Dollar, at the time of his visit to you, July 10 last?
I did.
Will you tell the jury what you found, please?
I found a trace of alcohol.
That will be all, Doctor. Thank you. Your name, please?
Rochelle Happerston.
You know her, Johnny?
Happerston, where do you live?
1024 and a half Pitkin Street, East Hartford.
What relationship did you have to the murdered girl, Miss Kennedy?
I was her roommate.
How long had you roomed with Miss Kennedy?
Oh, about 3 years.
Now, Miss Happerston, did the defendant, Mr. Dollar, ever call on Miss Kennedy?
Well, not for the last 2 years.
But prior to 2 years ago, he did call at her place of residence. Is that not correct?
2 years ago, yes.
Yeah, now, is it not true that Miss Kennedy and Mr. Dollar were about to be married?
Yes, that's true, but that was 2 years ago, too, so far as I know.
Just answer the questions, Miss Happerston.
Well, you want the truth, don't you?
We'll get the truth, Miss Happerston. Now, were you present when Miss Kennedy received the wire from Mr. Dollar requesting her to meet him at his apartment at 7:30 the night of July 10 last?
Yes, I was.
And what do you remember to be her reaction?
Hand me that page.
Well, she was very confused. She said she didn't love him, and she was hoping he wouldn't ask her to start again.
And she went to Mr. Dollar's apartment under the impression that there was a chance that he might ask her to get together again?
Objection, Your Honor. The witness cannot know what went on in the mind of the deceased.
Sustained. Strike the previous question from the record. Proceed.
In your opinion, no, let me put it this way. Did Miss Kennedy not say to you only a day before the time that she left for Mr. Dollar's apartment that she was not in love with Dollar and that she hoped he would not ask her to marry him?
Yes, she did.
That will be all, Miss Happerston. Your name, please.
Javier Sawyer.
Would you state your occupation?
I'm a lieutenant, Homicide Bureau, Hartford Police Department.
Lieutenant Sawyer, you were in charge of the Kennedy case, were you not?
Yes, I was.
You examined Mr. Dollar's apartment following the crime?
I did.
Did you find empty bottles of whiskey in the apartment?
I did.
How many?
4.
And where were the bottles placed?
I only saw 3.
Well, one was adjacent to the body, 2 were in one corner of the living room, and 1 was in the kitchen.
Now, is it possible that one or more of those bottles might have been consumed previous to the night of July 10th, the night that Eileen Kennedy was killed?
No, sir.
Why do you say that, Lieutenant?
Well, there were a few drops of liquor in every one of the 4 bottles. Had the liquor been consumed previous to that night, these drops would have evaporated by the time we got there.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Your witness, Mr. Harris.
No questions.
Looks bad, Johnny.
4 bottles. I only saw 3.
Maybe a plea of guilty.
A hypodermic?
What'd you say?
Joe, I've been in a fog. Put me on the stand.
I'd advise against it,
Put me on the stand, Joe.
Your name?
Johnny Dollar.
Where do you live?
390 Pearl Street, Hartford.
I'm going to point out to your attorney that you don't have to testify. You're aware of that.
I am.
Now, did you kill Eileen Kennedy?
I did not, and I can prove it.
Please. Ladies and gentlemen.
Please continue, Mr. Dollar.
Now, there were 4 empty liquor bottles found in my apartment the night Eileen Kennedy was killed. Get that? 4 bottles. 1 near the body, 2 in the corner, and the police say they found 1 in the kitchen. All empty. Lieutenant Sawyer testified that by examining the degree of evaporation in the bottles of the residual whiskey, those bottles had been emptied the night of July 10th and not before.
Go on.
The medical examiners proved that Miss Kennedy did not have a high percentage of alcohol in her blood. She could not then have consumed as much as a pint of liquor, and the police say even that much is doubtful. Now, that means, ladies and gentlemen, that the night of July 10th, I would have had to consume over 3.5 quarts of whiskey. I've got to admit that I would have been unconscious long before I reached that point.
Order. Proceed, Mr. Dollar.
Now, as for the hypodermic needle, assuming I were about to go under from an overdose of alcohol, is it likely that I, who have had no practice at the administration of hypodermics, would have used my left hand to administer a hypodermic to myself and be accurate enough to hit the vein so exactly? Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one man who had a motive to kill Eileen Kennedy. That motive was to get me, something he'd been threatening to do for 5 years. And that's the man, the next witness, the elevator boy in my building, saw come up to my apartment the night of Eileen Kennedy's murder. That man is here in this courtroom. His name is Henry J. Unger. Look out, he's making a break for it. Stop him, Pete! We got him! You did it, Tommy, you did it! So the case of the state versus Johnny Dollar became the case of the state versus Henry Unger. Furdy's confession under fire isn't going to help Unger any. You might sum up my whole case in one sentence. Alcohol and murder don't mix. But I'm not kidding myself. If Unger hadn't got panicky at the mention of the next witness, I might have gotten what he deserved. Just shows what a little nerve, some fast bluff, and somebody else's sense of guilt will do for you. You see, there is no elevator in my building. Expense account total, $50.39, and more worry than you've got stockholders. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, friends, to make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to refreshing, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. There's lots of cooling, real mint flavor in every stick. And chewing Wrigley's Spearmint helps keep you feeling fresh and alert. You feel better, work better, get more fun out of doing things. So indoors, outdoors, wherever you go, keep some healthful, refreshing Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy. To make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by Wrigley's Spearmint Gum, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dowd and David Ellis, with music composed and conducted by Leith Stevens. Edmund O'Brien can soon be featured in tonight's cast were Lou Krugman, Gene Bates, Raymond Burr, Sidney Miller, Mary Shipp, Parley Bear, Herb Butterfield, and Bill Conrad. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you've enjoyed tonight's story of Johnny Dollar and that you're enjoying delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum every day. We invite you to join us again next week at this same time when, from Hollywood, Edmund O'Brien returns in another transcribed adventure of
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Bob Stevenson speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Time now for Edmund O'Brien as
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Edmund O'Brien, starring in another adventure of America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At insurance investigation, Johnny Dollar is only an expert. At making out his expense account, he's an absolute genius.
Expense account, submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Great Columbian Life Insurance Company. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during the investigation of the circumstances surrounding the murder of your policyholder, Loyal B. Martin, or how to take a vacation in Fairfield County. Expense account, item 1. $3.20 mileage from Hartford, Connecticut to the country estate of the deceased. I drove up a long cement driveway towards a mausoleum-type manor house. There were rolling green lawns liberally sprinkled with statuary, and the thought occurred to me that if he had spent much of his life here, the late Mr. Martin was most fortunate. He'd feel right at home in a cemetery.
Yes?
My name is Dollar. I'm here to see Mrs. Martin.
Oh, yes. Mrs. Martin.
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. The widow has gone shopping the day after the death of her husband. Something attractive in mourning clothes, I'm sure.
Well, what time is she expected back?
I have no idea. But it shouldn't be long.
Do you mind if I come in and wait?
You'll forgive my asking, young man, but just what is your business here at Loyal Haven?
I was sent here by the insurance company.
Oh, why, yes. Well, then do come in. Here, right in here. I'm Mrs. Tompkins, the housekeeper, Mr. Dollar. I was with Mr. Martin for over 30 years. He was a wonderful man.
This furniture also looks like it might have been with Mr. Martin for over 30 years. Victorian, isn't it?
Yes, pure. Loyal Mr. Martin, that is, was an expert on the Victorian period. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Mr. Dollar, I suppose you'll think it's indelicate of me at this time, but about Loyal's insurance, his policies, did they...
Yes, Mrs. Tompkins, they did. One of his policies leaves you a nice, sizable amount. But before you start counting it, maybe you and I had better have a little understanding.
Yes?
Well, I'm not here to represent the payoff department. I'm here to investigate the murder.
Oh, I see.
Yes, before the company pays off, they want to make sure that among the beneficiaries, they don't pay off the murderer, because they really don't have to do that.
Oh, I didn't realize...
No, neither do a lot of people. You know, that's the way quite a few good murders are wasted.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Well, if that's what you're here for, I suppose you'll want to talk to the police. Lieutenant Markwood is in the library. That's where it happened.
Oh, library, huh? Well, that might help. If I can't find any other answers, I can always try looking some up in a book. Which way do I go?
The door, just across the hall.
Thank you. And what a hall. The only thing missing was old Queen Victoria herself. Even the musty odor clinging to the green velvet seemed to have been passed down through the centuries. There was a brace of moth-eaten pheasants on the wall and a bouquet of moth-eaten flowers under glass on a marble-top side table. The library was the same, but there were three things that looked out of place. A, an old suit of armor. B, a glass case filled with new, well-polished sporting rifles and shotguns. And C, a very gruff-looking lieutenant of the police who eyed me as I came in.
And who are you?
Oh, here's my little breath saver.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Dollar. They told me you'd be here. Well, I've told everybody else I better tell you don't touch anything. They want to re-fingerprint the whole room.
Okay. What'd you find, Lieutenant?
Nothing but the cadaver with 2 bullet holes in his back. Haven't got a caliber report from ballistics yet.
Have you an estimated time of departure?
Yeah, the coroner says Martin died after dinner last night.
Uh-huh. Anything to go on?
Just the usual. Faith, hope, and suspicion. His wife, too young and too pretty for an ugly old buck like Martin, must have married him for his money. Then there's that housekeeper, Sarah Tompkins.
Yeah, I met her on the way in.
And she used to be the old man's intended, from what I can find out. Probably jealous of the young wife. Then there's the brother, Marty. He showed up a few weeks ago, broke and brooding. Probably in love with the young wife. And then there's Nick Bellotti, a private detective who hired himself out as Martin's bodyguard.
Bodyguard, huh? No doubt also in love with the young wife.
Could be.
Well, who's your choice?
Except for the fact that there are only 2 bullets, I think they all did it.
The nose through which Lieutenant Markwood talked was a long one, and in more ways than one, a horn of plenty, for out of it had poured enough motives and suspects to furnish a dozen murders. I started through this cast of characters and found that all of them had very little to say and didn't want to say it. The first I dug up was the bodyguard, my brother investigator, Nick Bellotti, as he returned from a horseback ride.
Glad to have you on the case, Dollar. The police have tied my hands. They told me to stay out of it, but to stick around.
Have you got any ideas?
Everybody seems to think it was an inside job, that somebody in the household did it. I'm not so sure. The reason I was around was because old man Martin made too many dollars and too many enemies doing it. But that's only my opinion. Why don't you talk to the old boy's younger brother, Marty?
I found Marty living the life of Riley. He was upstairs in his room, cuddled up to a 20-year-old bottle of brandy, which was still underage to be around the kind of book he was reading.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, Dollar. My brother and I never did get along. You'd find that out anyway.
Why'd you come back here, Marty?
Because Loyal's little bride, Joanne, sent for me. She was afraid of him, and she didn't know if he was on to her.
Was he?
About that, you'll have to talk to Joanne.
Joanne didn't get home until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I caught up with her 20 minutes later as she came dripping out of the swimming pool. The suit she was wearing would have gotten her pinched on the Riviera.
Oh, that was refreshing.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Oh, toss me that towel, will you?
Yeah, surely. Here, Mrs. Martin.
Joyanne, I hate formality. Who are you?
Well, I'm from the insurance company, here to find out whether you killed your husband or not.
Good for you, Mr. Dollar. That's what I like. Men who get right down to the point. I was told you were here.
Oh? Nobody told me about you.
Oh, come on over and learn. I want to stretch out here in the sun. Here, you man the fly swatter.
Okay.
Come on, sit down. Here beside me. If it gets too warm, slip off your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Well, suppose we start talking business. Marty tells me you sent for him to come here because you were afraid of your husband. How come?
Well, I knew Marty before I knew Loyal. As a matter of fact, he's the one who introduced me to... What do you call a dead husband?
You call him unlucky, I guess. Anyway, for the purposes of this conversation, I'll know who you mean if you just say husband. But you didn't answer my question. I meant, were you afraid of your spouse? And if so, why?
Yes, I was afraid of him. Oh, I might as well tell you, Mr. Dollar. I want to be frank with you. The only thing Loyal didn't have to offer me was love. I seem to be a girl who needs just that. Frankly, I tried to make up the deficit. Mrs. Tompkins, the housekeeper, saw to it that my husband found out about it. From then on, it was like living with a madman. So endeth my confession.
So beginneth my suspicions. What about this housekeeper?
Until I came along, she always thought that Loyal would wind up marrying her. Oh, don't get me wrong. I realize that I'm still the best jury bait around.
If you killed him, you might make some headway with a self-defense plea.
Thanks. I'll remember that. In the meantime, just in case this thing gets messy for me, and it shows signs, I'm going to spend what's left of my free time enjoying myself.
Well, that won't sound good to a jury, but it sounds good to me. If I spend too much time around here, I might wind up having to plead self-defense myself.
Oh? From me?
No, from that bathing suit. I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to keep two eyes on four people, reading from left to right. Brother Marty stayed in his room finishing his book and his brandy. Nick Bellotti, the bodyguard with no body to guard, got back on his horse and cantered off into the sunset. The joyous widow, Joy Ann, locked herself in her room, and all I could get through the keyhole was the sound of a light and lovely snore. I couldn't tell whether it was the genuine article or not. Having no way of checking, I picked up the trail of Sarah Tompkins, the housekeeper. She, at least, was apparently up to no good. I found her in the library doing just what Lieutenant Markwood had told her not to do, smearing the surfaces of Mr. Martin's desk with a dust rag. And as anybody knows, you can't fingerprint a dust rag. Hey, cut it out!
How dare you? Mr. Martin's private study.
Those are the police private fingerprints you're messing up.
I was doing nothing of the sort. I was dusting his desk. I always do it at this time of day. Get out of here. You don't belong in here.
Keep your wig on, Mrs. Tompkins.
I'll not be told what to do by outsiders. Everything was all right until outsiders started coming in. If it wasn't for outsiders, Loyal would still be alive. First that girl, then his brother and that detective. Now it's the police and you. Why did any of you have to come here? Why couldn't you leave us alone?
Now, calm down, Mrs. Tompkins. Try to calm down.
Yeah, now, what's going on in here? What? Oh, and what are you two lovebirds up to?
It's all right, Lieutenant. I'll tell you about it later.
All right, but get her out of here. I've got some looking to do privately. Take her down to her room and then come back.
You mean you got something hot?
It ain't cold.
Okay, Mrs. Tompkins, come on.
But I haven't finished in there.
Come on, you can get it later. There's just time for you to take a little rest before dinner.
But I never rest this time of day. He didn't like me to.
Mrs. Tompkins, come on, tell me. Really, why were you wiping off that desk?
Those police this morning scattered white powder all over his desk. He would have been furious with me. He hated any kind of...
The shots had come from the library, and that's where I went, but not fast enough. By the time I got there, Lieutenant Markwood was dead, and whoever had done the shooting was gone, apparently through an open window. Markwood still clutched the shotgun he'd grabbed out of the gun case, but hadn't had a chance to use. Two things had just died in that room, the lieutenant and the hot piece of evidence he'd never had the chance to pass on to me.
In just a moment, we return to the second act of Johnny Dollar. But first, the cream of the wit and the best of the music, which Arthur Godfrey brings you in the daytime on CBS, can now be heard on Godfrey's Digest, a new Saturday evening show heard on most of these same CBS stations. Listen tomorrow night and hear the week's fastest flashes of the Godfrey humor, the top songs sung by Jeanette Davis and Bill Lawrence, the finest singing of the Mariners. Arthur Godfrey's Digest and the Goldbergs are the latest addition to CBS's Great Saturday Nights. Now, with our star, Edmund O'Brien, we return to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Hey, what happened?
Oh, Markwood.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, what are you doing, Dollar?
I'm looking for what there seems to be a shortage of around here, Bellotti. Clues.
You don't mind where you look, do you? Rule number 1, don't get caught frisking dead cops.
Forget about it, Bellotti, will you? Maybe I can suffer from lapse of memory for you sometime.
That's a deal. Got any idea what you're looking for?
No. But whatever it was important enough to get him killed. I'd hope maybe there'd be something in his notebook, for instance.
Any luck?
Well, very little. It's a brand new book, only one notation in it. Here it is. Check tattooing diameter. Recheck penetration. What do you make of that?
It's too scientific for me. I'm a skip case and divorce type detective myself. All I know is you'd better put that book back in his pocket and leave it there.
Yeah, I guess you're right. A nice timing, Bellotti, and remember, thanks for the loss of memory.
Forget it.
Say, what happened? What's going
Oh,
on
good
here?
Lord. Lieutenant Markwood. Who did it?
Dealer's choice. So far, the dealer's the only one who knows.
First my brother, now Lieutenant Markwood. There'll be real trouble about this.
Johnny, shall I call the police?
Drop the innocent act, sister-in-law. I'll call them.
No, maybe I better do it, Marty.
If everybody will stop pleading not guilty by wanting to call the police, I'd like to get a word in. The police have already been called. Now, if you'll get out of here, I'd like to try earning my salary. If I had had longer ears and more soulful eyes, I would have been all bloodhound, because I could sniff out the first of the trail. The smell of cordite told me that Lieutenant Markwood's killer had either been inside the room when he fired or just outside with the weapon pointed through the still open window. Outside, the grass formed a deep, wet rug right up to the house and smothered any immediate hopes I'd had of finding footsteps. But 10 feet away, I had better luck. A ray of light from inside spotlighted something that looked like it might be a star witness. It was a .32 caliber revolver. I scooped it up with my handkerchief and went back through the open window to look it over. Under the light, I checked 6 empty chambers and a crimson smear on the walnut grip. If somebody was feeding me a herring, it sure was red. But it wasn't blood. It was lipstick.
I'd like to introduce myself, Dollar. I'm Sergeant Norrin McDougal.
How are you, Sergeant?
Poor Markwood. Thank the Lord he didn't have any wife and kids.
I'm glad to hear that. Cops usually do.
Well, there's one good thing about it. When a police officer goes, there's plenty of them that lives on to fight back. All the police in the world.
You can throw in the private ones, too, Sergeant.
Thanks, Dollar. And now maybe I'd better take your statement.
Well, it won't take long. I heard the shots from the hallway, and I came back. He was killed either from inside the room or just outside the window. I didn't get a look at the killer, but I found what might be the murder gun. Here it is. What's that handkerchief?
32 caliber.
Yeah, how does that match up with the gun that killed old man Martin, do you know?
Same caliber.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what he was doing with this shotgun. It ain't loaded, and Markwood knew better than to wave an unloaded gun in the face of a full one.
Did you get anything else out of ballistics, Sergeant?
Headache. Dollar, what we got from ballistics don't add up with what we got from autopsy.
Well, how's that?
Those 2 slugs ended Martin's body an inch and a half apart. But, according to the shallow penetration, they were fired from a distance of 300 yards. Now, do you know anybody who could do that kind of shooting with a .32?
Well, that's pretty fancy shooting. Could it have been done with a stationary mount?
No, not a chance. The body would have started falling after the first shot, and you can't re-aim a stationary mount that fast.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You know, I didn't have a chance to spend much time with Markwood before he got it, so I don't have much to work on. You got anything to spare?
Just a lot of routine confusion so far. You know yourself, Dollar. You take 4 witnesses, you're bound to get at least 2 different stories. Now, 2 of the people that heard the shooting when Martin got killed last night said they heard 2 shots. The other 2 ear-witnesses said they heard 1. The only thing the whole 4 agree on is that they didn't see anything.
Well, that sounds familiar. Thanks anyway, Sergeant.
Sure, anytime. Hey, Sam.
Yeah?
Take this gun into town. Tell ballistics to run it through for fingerprints and check it against those slugs in the Martin case. I want to report right away.
I hitched the ride with that gun into the ballistics department. While waiting for the test to be made, I asked some questions, and I came up with a real brain buster. Despite the fact that the penetration report said that Martin had been shot from a distance of 300 yards, his skin and clothing had been tattooed with powder, indicating the shots had been fired at close range. The tree that little puzzler put me up would have made the giant redwood forest look like a hedge. Then they gave me the ballistic report. The lands and grooves scored into the slugs by the revolver barrel proved that both Loyal Martin and Lieutenant Markwood had been killed by the .32 caliber gun I'd picked up in the yard. No prints on it. Registered owner, the young lady who looked much better in a bathing suit than she'd ever look in the electric chair. The widow, Joyanne Martin. The Hartford Hawkshaw. Dollar, I want to talk to you.
Oh, I'll be with you in a second. I'm just out of the shower.
Okay. First she was in the pool, now it's the shower. She's also in plenty of hot water.
Hi. Don't pay any attention to my hair.
Don't worry, I won't.
I suppose you think it's a silly time of night for me to be taking a shower, but I thought it might help me to get to sleep.
Well, I'm afraid I won't.
Why, Johnny.
You were pretty careless with that gun, weren't you?
What gun?
Oh, that handy little .32 caliber gun with the handy little registration number engraved on it that told the nasty old police that you bought it 6 weeks ago.
Well, my gun's right here in the drawer. I bought it to protect myself from my husband. Here, it's right. Oh, Johnny. Johnny, it's gone.
It's real gone. It's done gone and killed 2 men so far. And if you can't do some fast talking and some fast proving, it stands a good chance of shortening your pretty little life expectancy.
Somebody must have stolen it.
Oh, no. That's not even a down payment on a story.
Oh, but Johnny, there's a whole house full of people who could have done it. Not only that, they'd be glad to get me out of the way if they could.
Why?
Well, Mrs. Thompson, because she hates me. Loyal's brother, Marty, because I stand to inherit everything.
What about Nick Bellotti? Doesn't he have an axe to grind?
I don't know what it could be.
Okay, skip it. Tell me, you remember hearing 2 shots being fired around here any time before your husband was killed? Probably away from the house?
Why do you ask that?
Because I want to know, did you?
You amaze me. Yes, I did hear 2 shots. The day before Loyal was killed. I was horseback riding down by the walnut grove. I remember because my horse shied.
Well, this is coming a bit too readily to be readily believed. But how big is that walnut grove?
Not very big.
Yeah? Can you spot those shots a little closer?
They sounded as if they came from about the middle. I didn't stay to find out. I guess I frighten easily.
Yeah. Yeah, you frighten me easily.
Why, Johnny?
Why? I'll tell you why. Because whether you shot anybody or not, you're murder, baby.
Oh, Johnny, I didn't kill them. Got to believe me, Johnny.
I don't have to. But just for a minute, I will. What is there about police drivers? Even out in the country, they gotta lay on those sirens.
Johnny, please.
Come on, you better get dressed, sweetheart. I told them I'd keep you occupied till they got here.
Why, you...
The police took Joyanne and her hurt feelings off to the pokey. I took myself and my hurt cheek off to bed. The next thing I had to do had to be done by daylight. So I took over Joanne's painfully empty and prettily perfumed sack, set the alarm for dawn, and snored up a storm. I never knew before how much went on in the country so early in the morning. On the way to the walnut grove, the damp air washed the cobwebs out of my head, and I started thinking. Now, first, Royal Martin had been found dead with 2 bullet holes in him. Yet 2 of the witnesses, Joanne and the housekeeper, Mrs. Tompkins, had heard only 1 shot. Second, that powder burn tattooing on the body, denoting a close-range killing, was in violent argument with a bullet penetration report which screamed long-range killing. Those facts, added to what was in Lieutenant Markwood's notebook, plus that shotgun clutched in his dead hand, came close to tallying up the total that had cost him his life. Inside the grove, I found 4 walnut trees with hollows in their trunks. The first one gave me a handful of nuts and a fancy sassing by an irate squirrel. The second one came up with a handful of spunk water and a wet cuff. And the third, I found what I was looking for. I found about 2 pecks of clean cotton waste. That is, clean, except for some powder burns. Everything was falling into place, including a blunt instrument which hit me on the head from behind. But before I hit the ground, I saw Brother Marty Martin legging it back towards the house. I made it up the house and up the hill and onto the trail, and was just starting up the stairs when I heard another out-of-season 4th of July.
Okay, Dollar. I got him.
Yeah. So I see.
It was self-defense. I had to do it. I hated to butt in on your case, but all of a sudden everything stacked up, and I knew he was your man. When I threw it in his teeth, he made a try for his gun, so I dropped him.
You sure did, Bellotti. Well, I owe you a lot of thanks. But if you don't mind, I'll take over from here.
Sure, help yourself.
Good. And, I think the first thing you'd better do is hightail it into town, get your story filed with the police.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're all straight now, so you can back me up.
100%, Nick, all the way. Now get going. Come on.
Okay, Dollar. See you later.
Sergeant Norrin McDougal.
Yes, sir. Sergeant McDougal.
Johnny Dollar, Sergeant.
Oh, yeah, Dollar. What's new?
Well, just another corpse. And in just about 15 minutes, the guy who made it one and conspired on the other 2 killings is going to walk right into your arms through the station house door.
What? Who is it?
Nick Bellotti, New York private license. He just shot his partner in this thing, Marty Martin.
You're crazy. What about this girl? It was her gun.
That was their fondest hope, Sergeant, to pin it on her. They borrowed her gun, fired 2 slugs from it into some cotton waste, then took the slugs and stuck them in a shotgun shell. 1 shot, just like both ladies said they heard. The shotgun Lieutenant Markwood was looking at when he died was really the Martin murder weapon.
Oh, that takes care of the powder burns and the shallow penetration, yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Dollar. I'll be waiting for him. Hey, wait a minute. What's he walking in here for under his own power?
To tell you an early morning bedtime story, just before you go off duty. He'll give you a pitch about a self-defense killing. It's a lie. The victim wasn't carrying a gun. If he had been, he would have used it on me. But he didn't. He used a sap. The sap? Expense account, items 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. $624 entertainment. Appeasing a rich widow with rich taste. Expense account, items 1 through 13 inclusive, $160 entertainment of poor insurance investigator with extravagant taste. Expense account, item 14, $7.80 mileage New York to Hartford. You may disagree with that item, claiming that I finished the case in Fairfield County. But I didn't finish the case until I left her. And New York City is where I left her. Expense account total, $823. Signed, yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music composed and conducted by Leith Stevens. Edmund O'Brien can currently be seen starring in the Harry M. Popkin United Artists production, DOA. Featured in our cast were Irene Tedrow, Walter Burke, Ted DeCorsia, John Daner, Gene Bates, and Ed Begley. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. Join us again next week when Edmund O'Brien returns in another adventure of...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Ladies and gentlemen, CBS invites you to hear Senator Brian McMahon on the Capitol cloakroom over most of these same Columbia stations tomorrow night. Senator McMahon is chairman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Atomic Energy. And when he's interviewed by CBS newsmen Eric Severide, Bill Shadell, and Griffin Bancroft, this will be the first detailed discussion of the hydrogen bomb and its implications. Remember, the first discussion by a high government official since President Truman's historic announcement earlier this week. Remember, that's CBS's Capitol Cloakroom, tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. over most of these same CBS stations. Be sure and be listening. This is CBS, where, incidentally, Arthur Godfrey's Digest of Wit and Humor is also heard every Saturday night. The Columbia Broadcasting System.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
This is Bruce Hardwick, Mr. Dollar. Do you remember me?
I think I do. You're with the Corinthian Life and Liability, aren't you?
That's right. We have some work for you if you aren't busy.
I'm not. Shoot.
Good. Our New York office got a call from the police this morning. They had investigated some trouble on the east side and found one of our policies at the scene and wanted to find out what the company knew about the man it covered, which was very little.
What kind of trouble was it?
Nobody seems to know. All the signs of murder, I understand, but no body. Will you go down and see what you can make of it?
Edmund O'Brien in another adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Corinthian Life and Liability Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Richard Splain matter. Expense account item 1, $35 trip from Hartford to the scene of the crime. A part of Manhattan where the citizens have been conditioned to sleeping through screams, gunshot, and even the odors. I was met by a homicide sergeant, and the tenement flat he took me to lived up to its first description. It did bear all the signs of murder, except a body. Well, it must have taken a long time to accomplish all this. The place rented in the name of Richard Splain.
Yeah. What's the address on his insurance policy?
The number on 2nd Avenue. How does the report read on this so far, Sergeant?
You can see everything we saw. From the amount of busted furniture, a violent struggle. From the amount and placement of bloodstains, a sustained beating of someone there by the radiator.
Nobody heard it?
Nobody cared if they did hear it. We've asked questions, but the people won't admit anything. They don't want to get involved. The landlady phoned us after she saw the door open and looked in.
Any bloodstains out in the corridor?
Haven't found any. You seen enough?
Yeah, I guess so. What's this?
Part of some wrecked ship models. Seem to be Splain's hobby, collecting them. Yeah, there's not much we can do. We put this flat under lock and key. We can hold it that way for a while and wait for him to come back, but that's about all. Until we have some concrete evidence.
Like a body?
That would help. Are you going to wait for us or follow it up yourself?
Oh, I've got that address on second.
That's his wife, isn't it?
And beneficiary in the policy.
Well, you can't do much with her until she makes a missing persons report or something, and she hasn't.
Yeah. Well, I get anything from her, I'll let you know. Expense account item 2, $1.50, taxi to the 2nd Avenue address. Mrs. Plain was a rather dumpy blonde with tousled hair and half-applied lipstick. She obviously didn't want me to come in.
Well, it's not that I don't want to help any way I could, Mr. Dollar, but I haven't seen much of Dick lately. We split up, you know.
No, I didn't.
Who came in here, Clara?
Oh, it's something about Dick.
Dick. What about him? I'm sick of you getting bothered over that bum.
Oh, now, Mark, hold your temper. This man is from the insurance. Mr. Dollar, this is Mr. Bond.
How are you?
Okay. What's insurance got to do with this?
Plain had a policy on his life. Mrs. Plain is the beneficiary.
I guess I never told you, Mark. I almost forgot about it myself. It isn't very much.
$35,000. How did you learn about what happened?
Well, the police phoned me. Wanted to know if he was here. I told them the same as I told you. Well, I don't even know if Dick was in or out.
What do you mean, in or out?
In port or at sea.
Oh.
He worked on a boat.
In his policy, he listed his occupation as a carpenter.
Well, he used to be. But since the war, he's been a ship's carpenter. He's away all the time. That's one of the reasons I dumped him.
That wasn't the worst.
Mark, you talk to Mr. Dollar while I go on and put the rest in my mouth.
Oh.
I feel like I'm not half dressed.
Well, what do you want to know about him?
Whether he's dead or alive. You think he'd call Mrs. Plain if he was hurt and in trouble?
No. I know for sure he wouldn't. When they quit, they meant it.
Has there been a divorce?
Not yet. It costs money. She hasn't got any. I haven't. And if Splain has, he's not letting loose.
Would you happen to know if there's somebody he would turn to? The police checked the hospitals without finding him.
No, I don't know where he'd go. Hey, what makes you so sure Splain's the one that got messed up? Maybe he went to work on somebody else.
That's what I was thinking. One thing I can tell you from experience. Dick can take care of himself. And he's mean. But honest, that's the very best I can do.
Okay, thanks. Here, I put my hotel room number on my card in case you want to phone. And I'll let you know if anything develops. Expense account item 3, $1.50 to Splain's flat. I decided that it would be easier to learn there the name of his last ship. And with that, I hoped to find someone who was closer to him than his wife. Sergeant Burns was no longer there, but a lie or two got a pass key from the landlady, and I went in. The top drawer of a battered bureau produced not only what I was looking for, but more. The name of the ship was the Tangier, and an envelope that contained a seaman's papers also contained a small address book with enough names and addresses to keep at least one investigator happy. I started to jot them down, but got no more than halfway through. I hope you don't mind, Sergeant.
Hey, what's all this?
Who are you?
My friend was Splains. I heard you moving in here and thought he was in. What happened?
Shut the door.
What a mess.
Nobody seems to know what happened.
Who are you? A cop?
Private type.
Is Splain dead?
Who'd want to kill him?
I don't know. I was only asking. All that blood and everything busted up. Look, I don't want to get mixed up in it. I just knew him, like in the bar sometime.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Come on, what's the idea? Shorty, I want you to tell me about Dick Splain.
No, stay off me. I don't know much about him.
You knew enough to walk through his door before anyone answered it.
Well, sure, I do that sometimes. I come to talk to him sometimes when he's in from a trip. I can't go to them places. He tells me about them. I'd like to hear about Tangier and them places. And he shows me them ship models he makes.
Do you know any of the people he does?
Well, all I know is where he's been. He never stays in more than a week. He eats at Sweeney's sometimes. That's just across the street. I can't help you, mister. Let me go. Come
What's
on,
your
let me-
name?
It don't make no difference what my name is. I don't want to get mixed up in something I don't know anything about. Come on, now, please give me a break, will you?
Okay.
Hey, what are you reaching for?
My wallet. Will $10 pay for your time?
Sure will. Thank you. You're a good guy. I'm sorry I can't help you more.
Expense account item 4, $10 peace offering. I had a feeling I'd paid for lies with it and covered the possible loss by tailing the rabbity little man to an address a few blocks away. His name turned out to be Paul Krell. What was left of the afternoon was spent on routine legwork, and at 6 I was on the phone in my hotel room.
Sergeant Burns.
This is Dollar, Sergeant.
Oh, how'd you make out?
I've got nothing. Splain and his wife separated and can't afford a divorce. She's taken up with a guy named Mark Bond. But they both say they haven't seen or heard from Splain for a long time.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know anything about that guy.
It seems he's a ship carpenter. I got the name of his ship and went aboard. He's been with it for a couple of years, same one, plies between here and North African ports. Those people don't know much about any of their crewmates' shore life, so I didn't get much. Few names I can check tomorrow.
What's the ship?
The Tangier, white flag line, Pier 80 on the East River. Have you run into anything?
I'm still waiting.
Well, you've got my hotel.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Dollar. Something may turn up tonight. If it does, I'll phone you first thing in the morning.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Clara Splain, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, hello.
I gotta see you right away.
Sure, what's up?
They arrested Mark. You know, you met him.
Yeah. They found your husband?
Yeah, last night. I've been down to the morgue already this morning to identify him.
Where are you now?
I'm right downstairs from you in the lobby.
All right, Clara, come on up. Come on in.
What'd you tell him about us, Mark and me?
Nothing that would put the heat on Mark by itself. If they're holding him, they must know more.
I think he's lying myself. He couldn't prove where he was when the police said my husband died.
Are you sure you didn't mention that $35,000 policy to Mark?
I don't think I ever did. No, I'm sure of it.
Why did you come here? What do you want me to do?
I'm trying to get up my nerve, Mr. Dollar. The real reason that I left Dick was because I found out something awful that he was doing.
Such as?
He built little boats, models, and they were hollow. He brought dope into the country inside of them. I didn't tell the police that because I was afraid of what they'd do to me for knowing all this time.
You should be. Did Mark know about it?
No, I never told anybody. But maybe it's important now.
You're right. True or untrue, it is important. On the way back to the Splain flat, I lined up the things that bore out her story. 1, the remains of the ship models in his wrecked room. 2, the possibility that Paul Krell may have been a narcotics buyer. And 3, the address book that could have contained a list of customers. But I didn't have a chance to do any more probing when I got there. The place was under police investigation.
That's far enough, mister. Nobody goes inside.
Sergeant Burns up there?
What of it?
Well, I've been working with him on this. My name is Dollar, insurance investigator.
All right. Pick you up.
Thanks. What's all the activity? Uncover something?
Just another body.
What?
Yeah. First, not enough. Now too many. Who can figure these things?
I could figure it when I got to Splain's door. Now the evidence I'd tampered with concerned 2 murders. The body of Paul Krell lay beaten to death in the middle of the wrecked room.
Yeah?
The guy says he knows you. Wants to come in.
Keep him out. Oh, Dollar. How does this happen you're showing up here?
I got tired waiting for your call. You were going to phone this morning if anything broke.
Oh, I was, huh?
What kind of cooperation is this? I gave you everything I got yesterday.
Almost, huh? The landlady tells me you came back here yesterday. You know, it's things like that lose licenses for guys like you.
Climb down, Sergeant. You gave me the nod to go ahead without waiting for the police.
Not to mess around with evidence. I'm on the verge of putting you away 48 hours for questioning. Don't talk me into it if you don't want to go. Stay out of my hair.
Okay, Sergeant. I guess we've put our cards on the table.
What'd you come back here for yesterday?
To get the name of Splain's ship. I figured it would be easier to get it here than by making the rounds of the hiring halls. I told you what I got out of it, a few names.
Come here.
We sure checked his fingerprints.
There's only one change when we came back here to find this body. The top drawer of the bureau was standing open. This envelope was torn with this stuff dumped on the top. Did you do this?
No.
Hey, don't touch that. Keep your hands where they belong. We're dusting that stuff for prints.
Sorry. I guess I'd better get out of here, Sergeant, before you and I lock horns.
You're beginning to make sense, Dollar.
I thought I was, too, at least hoped so. The notebook from which I'd copied the list of names and addresses wasn't among the other articles dumped on the bureau top. But Sergeant Burns' threat to hold me for 48 hours made it easy to keep my mouth shut about it and about my having met Krell.
Oh, did they let Mark loose?
Don't be funny. Of course they didn't.
Well, did you tell him about the little boats and that?
I thought it was better not to. There's been another murder at your husband's place.
Who?
Little guy named Paul Krell. That name mean anything to you?
I never heard it before. What's it all about?
A lot of people are wondering. Where was Mark Bond last night?
They don't think he did that one, too.
I didn't ask. But I know how their minds work. They'll accuse Mark of going back to cover tracks. Where was he?
He was right here with me.
Any witnesses to prove that?
There's me. I know he was here, don't I?
Under $35,000 circumstances, that's hardly enough. How do I know this narcotics tale of yours is true?
I don't get it. Why would I admit it if it wasn't true? It's liable to get me in a lot of trouble, isn't it?
It could throw up a whale of a smokescreen for Mark, too.
All right, I'll show you something. I got one hid in the closet. It's in here someplace. Yeah, here. This one he called a frigate. First, you have to set it on something. Yeah, then you twist this thing, a mast, I think. Yeah, this part opens up.
Let me see that. Ah, that's pretty.
Dick was always good with his hands. This is the only thing of his I got.
Well, maybe a chemist can prove whether or not it carried narcotics. I can't. But assuming that was the case, who did he sell to?
I don't know. I didn't want that kind of money, and the minute I found out one night, I told him to get out and never mention it again.
That's too bad. If he was cutting in on a combination, that might account for his death. But if he was playing ball with them, it's something else. Which brings us right back to your boy, Mark. Have you thought of that?
I know he didn't do it. If I thought he did, would I look you up?
I'm taking the other approach. If he was innocent, why would you bother tossing me this model ship bone to chew on? Expense account, item 5, $25, blanket item covering transportation for the rest of the day. At the address of Paul Krell, I learned what I believed to be the truth. That his association with Splain was no more than a friendly one. From the list of names I'd copied, I picked Jerome Kentner, who had the closest address, an apartment about $250 a month away from the park.
Yes?
Mr. Jerome Kentner?
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you about a man named Richard Splain.
What about... I don't know any. I've given myself away, haven't I?
Yes, I'm afraid so, Mr. Kentner. But you don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not a policeman.
I suppose you want to come in.
I think I'd better.
Right. What is it?
Splain is dead. He was murdered night before last.
Oh. That's bad, isn't it? How did you find out about me?
There's a list of names in his rooms. Yours was one of them. You bought narcotics from him?
Ship models. I collect them. Don't you see them there in the case?
Yeah, I noticed.
Who are you and what do you want?
Private investigator. I want to find out who killed Splain.
I didn't. Why would I do that?
I don't know. When did you last see him?
Well, it wasn't the night before last. I don't think I have to answer all these
I don't
questions.
want to blackmail you into answering them, but I will if I have to.
It was last week sometime. Tuesday, I think.
How well did you know him?
I met him, that's all. Met him through a friend of mine.
What's this friend's name?
Go ahead and blackmail. I'm not talking anymore.
Huh? Suit yourself. I'll leave my phone number in case you change your mind. The next two stops yielded nothing. The names were either conveniently or coincidentally out of town. The next, Miss Francine Wells, an address on 82nd Street. Miss Francine Wells, please.
In regard to what?
Well, I'd rather tell her if you don't mind.
I'm afraid I'll have to insist. Are you a salesman?
No, I'm not a salesman. It's Miss Wells and...
Young man, you'll have to tell me who you are.
Someone for me, Dad? I was expecting Fred, remember?
Yes, I remember, and this gentleman is not Fred.
Oh? Good afternoon.
Hello. I'd like to talk to you if I could, Miss Wells.
What about? I don't know you, do I?
No, you don't, but it's important that I speak to you in private if possible.
Dad, be a good guy and go in the other room for a minute.
And leave you alone with this stranger? I will not.
Come on, it's probably something about work.
Oh, if it is, why must it be so private?
I'll tell you later. And if I need help, I'll scream. No, if it is that private, keep it low. He'll be listening. What's it all about?
Richard Splain.
Who?
Richard Splain.
Who did you ask for here? I mean, there's been a mistake. You must have come to the wrong place.
If your name is Francine Wells, I haven't. It was that name and address I found in this flat.
How on earth would my name and address get into the apartment of a man I never heard of? Unless we have mutual friends or something.
Well, maybe you do. Your name was only one of a dozen or more.
I don't understand at all. Who is this Richard Splain?
Well, maybe you knew him without knowing his name. He sold narcotics. He's been murdered.
No. What'll I do? I am a pushover for a shocker, aren't I?
I'm sorry. It just worked out that way.
You aren't sorry. Well, sit down. I guess you're going to stay a while.
I'll stand up.
I knew this day would get here. I dreamed about it. Here it is. What happened?
Well, I'm not being paid to press the narcotics charge. I'm trying to find out who killed him.
Being paid?
By his insurance company. When did you see him last?
A day or two ago. What are these names you mentioned?
So far, all customers.
You have the list?
I made a copy of it.
And you think that one of them is the name of whoever killed this Splain? I really didn't know his name.
How did you run into him?
I don't think that's important. I was introduced to him by a friend.
Not a man named Mark Bond, by any chance? Or a woman named Clara, Splain's wife?
No, I don't know anything about him. Just enough to watch for the date of his ship when it was due to arrive. I suppose the government man will be the next to show up at my door.
Well, it's not up to me. I can't promise you any help, but I want you to look at this list of names and tell me if you know any of them. Anything I can do, I will do.
No, I don't know any of them. I feel sorry for them. I don't want to sound as if I feel sorry for myself. I don't. I was going to say I thought he deserved to be killed, but it's not his fault any more than it's the fault of... Oh, what difference does it make?
I want to leave my card with you in case there's something you haven't told me. I'll jot down my hotel. Most of the others I got to were pretty much the same. Mixtures of fear, desperation, sometimes defiance, and usually fatalism by the end of it. I arbitrarily set the name J.L. Tucker as the last for that day. He lived in a cold water spread close to Greenwich Village, and he was different.
Doesn't make any difference who knows it. I've been through these things before, so you're wasting your time. You ask me how I got in touch with Splain? I knew his wife, that's how. She was shilling for him before they got tired. Go ask her. Here's her address.
Hello?
Dollar, I just left a man named Tucker. He said he knew you. I thought I'd better call.
Oh, Tucker. How'd you find him?
He tells me you made the contacts for your husband before you separated.
That's a lie.
Why would he say it?
Well, I knew about Tucker. One night it came up. He admitted he was looking for somebody, and, well, I told him about Dick. I didn't know what I was doing. I was stiff.
I've spent a long day, and we're back to you, Chubby. Now, look, don't decide to leave town. Expense account item 6, $4 dinner at my hotel. Item 7, same amount, few brandies at the bar. I had the idea I'd spend a lot of energy for nothing until the elevator dropped me at my floor, and I turned the corner toward my room.
It's all right. You left your card with me. You must have expected something.
I left my card a lot of places. I didn't expect you, Miss Wells.
You don't seem to have had any other takers.
Come on in. Well?
You said if there was anything else I wanted to tell you.
Yeah?
Well, there is. It goes a long way back. I don't know how these things happen to some people and not others. I was no angel, but I was all right.
Come on, sit down over here.
I've always told myself that some people get bitten by rattlesnakes and others don't. But it's not the same. It was in school, after a party. Neither one of us had any sense. He got it from somebody.
Who was this?
In Pennsylvania. His name was Phil. I don't know. I came home, never saw him again. But that was the start of it. It was only 2 years ago. I knew it would end. Kept wondering how. Now it hasn't.
What are you trying to tell me?
I killed Richard Splain. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why?
Because I went to him without any money, and he laughed at me. I don't know what happened to me. I picked up something and started to hit him. I hit him.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because I thought I could go through with it. But I can't. If it happened this time, I don't want to go on anymore. I went to him without any money, and I picked up the first thing I touched and started to beat him.
What was that?
I don't even remember.
An andiron?
Yes, I think that's what it was.
And Paul Krell, you killed him too?
Yes. I don't know. Yes, I did. I must have. And I don't care. I don't care.
Well, that was a good try, but it won't work. This wasn't a woman's killing, no matter how desperate she was. You want me to go? Or do you want to stay here?
Please, I did it. I did it. Isn't that enough? Haven't I done enough?
Yeah? Yeah, I'm afraid you have.
Yes? Oh, it's you. Where's my daughter?
I want to talk to you about her.
Where is she?
Mr. Wells, somewhere in this apartment, if you haven't destroyed it, there's a piece of very important evidence.
What's that you say?
A notebook containing a lot of names, among them your daughter's.
Oh, she told you this?
Hardly. She was trying to protect you. She confessed to killing Richard Splain.
They haven't arrested her.
Not yet.
She was lying, you know that.
I'm afraid I do, Mr. Wells.
I'm glad. I told her about it after I heard you leave. Are you married?
No.
If you were, and you were my age, and had a daughter, you'd understand. You know what it's like to watch her change. I didn't know for a long time. I wondered, and I followed her. And when I learned the truth, I killed him. Surely you you don't blame me.
I turned Wells over to the police, not Sergeant Burns, and heard him explain his second killing, that of Paul Krell, who had arrived as Wells was looking for any trace his daughter might have left at Splains. Remarks? Don't question the policy payoff to Clara Splain, in spite of the fact that she hardly deserves it. Expense account item 7, same as item 1. Expense account total, $375. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.